guys, so we are back. I believe we've got this fixed now, and we'll go ahead and add in the game audio right now as this game is already off and running between Atlanta and the Mets.
He loves the challenge. Good man to have on the mound tonight. And then you're facing Max Scherzer for this offense. You got to pick your pitch. Nothing's going to be straight. He has movement on all pitches. So, hey, be selective.
What's up, CJ? Appreciate you for joining the stream, big fella. Welcome to the Coach Plays.
Second season in New York, then last. As that one's inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
I think we already see the plan from the Mets. They want to see Max throw a lot of pitches. They know the bullpen was stretched yesterday with the extra inning game, taking a lot of pitches. Last time against the Mets, they were very aggressive against Max early on.
And Fried beat him on May the 2nd up in New York with 6 terrific innings. This one lifted toward right center.
What's up, Taylor? Appreciate you being here. Says go Braves.
He has plenty of room. Lindor skies out, and Fried takes care of him.
So 1 out, 1 runner on first so far for the Mets. I'll get to the other scene here, guys, in just a minute. As always, we go back and forth from this scene to this scene. I'll get the game cast up for you guys and the scoring summary up as well. Sorry for the little technical difficulties to start,
I love watching him in a home run derby.
but I think we're off and running now.
He has a strategy. He has a plan. And man, hey, $1 million.
CJ, I do not stream every Braves game, but if we're streaming MLB on this channel, it's always the Atlanta Braves. That's always my favorite team. We're going to try to pick up the Braves stream a little bit, but yeah, we definitely don't stream everyone, simply because I'm a high school football coach and can be pretty busy at times. But I'm going to try to stream at least 2 of these Mets games. They're on a 3-game series. I definitely feel like we're streaming tonight, of course, and I think we're going to stream Wednesday during the daytime. I think they have like 11:30.
Even first baseman that have seen it
stream
multiple
that,
times. They get caught.
we definitely cover the Braves on this channel.
He's the one guy you can't
We're
let
wanting
beat
to
you.
cover him a lot more.
You know he's a power
That's
hitter,
for sure.
70 RBIs.
Fried already up to his 11th pitch. Alonso up to bat for the Mets. Now let me go ahead and get working on the game cast for you guys.
Alonso second with Austin Riley in homers behind Kyle Schwarber, who's been slugging for the Phillies. Alonso's hit into 7 double plays. That's the 3rd highest total on the Met team. Max would love one here. No balls and a strike. Paints the inside corner.
Such a good pitch, especially after the slow leg lift, breaking pitch, first pitch. Then he comes with a quick pitch fastball, 96 on the inside corner.
Get working.
Good luck,
just
Beach.
a minute. Coach Allen in the house, Hall of Fame member.
Slightly choked up on that axe-handled bat. Right on top of the plate. Delivers and sky foul.
Yes, CJ, I would say I like football
in Atlanta. The Braves have drawn
the most out of all the
entire
sports out there
homestand.
for
It's
sure.
standing room only tonight.
But we
Tomorrow
cover
it'll be the same
all the
Wednesday
sports on
afternoon
this
when
channel. We do
homestand.
live streams
Braves
on the
are
NFL. We do
rapidly
live streams on some
approaching
college
2
football games. We
million
do live
customers.
streams big time in the NBA. And like I say, we're here on the MLB now, so
Plus, it was replica ring handout giveaway.
just kind of cover it all.
So the fans were here early.
All right, so let's see if that's working now.
Pitch number 14 for
So
Max.
this needs to be adjusted a little bit.
Late strike 3 call.
So a strike 3 call right there.
Joe's gonna talk about
Fried
that
gets
with
Alonso looking.
2 outs.
Alonso not happy with that one.
I think he's going to find it was a pretty good pitch. Fastball, top of the zone. Back-to-back fastballs to Pete. Wasn't looking for it. Definitely caught the top of the zone.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
if
is
I'm
no
Alonso,
scoring
I'm
somewhere right now,
saying
so
a
that's
couple
why it's
words
not on.
also.
So I'll just put that
That
away
ball
for
seems
now.
a little up, but hey, Max Fried loves it.
So Alonso is the second out. Mark Canha, the hitter. 30 RBIs for Mark. He's got a couple
What's
of
up,
hits
John
against
Larson?
Max in his
Appreciate you
career.
coming in,
He's
buddy.
Inside corner, Peter. He's found
Hope
the
you're having a
range
good
on
Monday
that.
night.
Sure has. On all pitches already, too. Usually it takes him a couple of innings to get both locked in on that inside corner, but both slider and fastball seem to be really dialed in already.
Pete, it goes to pitchers that throw around the plate, throw strikes. You're going to get that high fastball at times, right?
Sure, yes. More than you will if you're not hitting that spot consistently.
Right. Nimmo hasn't moved a muscle at first. The pitch is high. You mentioned the strategy of the Mets and taking pitches, making
Stuck in
starters
traffic.
and relievers work.
That is not always
With a
fun.
high pitch count,
We went
Cano
to a
certainly
Braves
plays
game
into
this
that.
past
He sees more
weekend,
pitches than just about anybody
and
else on this
Chattanooga
Mets lineup
traffic
card for
was
Buck
incredible.
Showalter.
It was
What a pickup
pretty
for the
bad.
Mets, hiring Buck. I played for Buck Showalter. He demands discipline,
so.
and that's
1-1
something that the
pitch
Mets
by
needed in
Freed.
the past.
This one gets
It'll
popped
fly
up
into
left center
shallow
field,
center. Michael Harris is there, so is Rosario.
and
Michael
Harris will
puts it
make
away.
the play
Mets
at
puts it
center
on the
field.
leadoff walk.
So they did have a
Max
runner on
Scherzer goes to
first,
work against the
but
red-hot
they
Braves
don't get no
offense here
further
to
than
score
that.
first.
So the Braves will come up bottom of the first coming
The
up
Atlanta
next.
Braves are proud to host alumni.
Mute that. So guys, if you would right now, if you're in here and you have not hit that thumbs up, do that for me real quick. Like I said, we had to shut the last stream down, so that's probably going to hurt this stream a little bit. So the biggest thing that helps out these streams is as you come in, if you would, smash that thumbs up. It does help it out, help it get out there into the traction for that YouTube algorithm. Beantown Breakdown, member for 25 months in the house, team member. What's up, Beantown? Says chop on, coach plays. Always awesome when the members get in here. What's up, Fishing with Big Mike? Says let's go Bravos. What's up, Big Mike? Hope you're doing well.
What do you want?
All right, so now we're getting back
He is
from
one of the
commercial
five
break now.
Braves All-Star. He'll hit second behind the overall leading vote getter in the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. That's the 1-2 punch atop the Toyota
CJ in the
lineup.
chat with the
Harris moves to
hashtag
eighth
chop
in the
on.
ninth against future Hall of Famer Max Scherzer.
Well, you said it, Chip. He is certainly a future Hill. We were checking the numbers today, actually, on the way in, and he just done it. He's done it every year.
So Max
consistently,
Scherzer up,
over and over
5-1
again. We know
record,
exactly what
ERA
he
of
did. We've seen him a ton with
2.26,
Washington,
whip of
but he just keeps getting better. He
1.02.
reinvents himself on a
So,
different level every single year when he comes
Really
back
good
out.
matchup on the mound
You know,
here
they
today
always
between
say when
Scherzer
you're
and Freed.
just one of those learners that never quit, and he learns every year and gets
So
better.
the first pitch is high and
And
inside
one
on
thing you
Acuna.
have to do to be a dominant pitcher, you got to make adjustments and change, and that's what he's done throughout his whole career.
Ronald Acuna Jr. leading off for the Braves. And Scherzer pumps over his first strike of the game. What Max doesn't want to do is change what he did last time out. 11 strikeouts against the Cincinnati Reds in his first game back from injury for New York. And as great as Scherzer has been, the numbers are what they are. His last 6 regular season games against the Braves, 1-3 with a 5.57 ERA. So he has been a mere mortal at times.
Braves have owned the Mets
that'll
this
be the
year.
case
We're
tonight.
going to have to see if that can keep
Acuna
going.
didn't get that.
Mets have-
95 right on
Mets
by.
are
2
playing
balls,
really
2
good right
strikes.
now. Like I say, Braves are
Just
about,
makes it so
I
tough,
think
he's got that
exactly a
crossfire.
game and a half back.
On that third base side of the
We do.
rubber,
I need to get working on
across
that.
his
That
body
needs
over
to
the
come
outside
into
corner.
the
Acuna's tough to make
rotation.
contact.
Well, like you said, he
Need to
reinvented
get a
himself.
Memphis in there,
Sometimes
too.
he'll drop down 3/4 late in the game just to give you
Yeah,
that
they're going to need it,
deception.
CJ.
Every
Like I say,
pitch he
this
throws
is going to be a good
moves a
game.
lot.
This is going to be a good
And
series.
watching him against Cincinnati, he didn't throw a lot.
So
of
right now,
fastballs. He
3-2
threw a
full
lot of
count.
off-speed stuff.
Scherzer to Acuna.
3-2
Acuna is going to hit this one deep center field, and it'll be caught at the warning track.
Ronald hit that right on the barrel, but right to
That
the
was a
400
really good
side
strike
out
there
number
for
one.
Acuna. He got all of that one.
On the barrel, just short of
So
the
that was good to
wall.
see. What's up, Backlash Fisherman? Says go
Yeah, I say
Braves,
he's
chop
still
on.
getting
Appreciate
back
you very
into
much,
himself. So
Backlash.
Look, the leg
Appreciate
is
you guys
almost
coming in as
100%.
always.
12
Hit
months
that
out,
thumbs
a little
up. It
over
does
12.
help us out a ton.
You're gonna start seeing
Helps
that
us
ball
get
take
out there
off.
into the algorithm. Dansby
we haven't
Swanson
seen
coming up, averaging
the real
302,
Ronald
14
Bauer
home
recover
runs,
from
50
injury. I think we saw
RBIs, and
glimpses
just
of it early
voted
on,
into
but I
his
think he's still
first
trying to get 100 back.
All-Star game. Very pumped for
All-star
him there.
Dansby Swanson. How does that
Hashtag
sound,
Vandy
Braves
boys.
country? Can't think of a more deserving player than
Yeah, you're
Dansby
always
and
going to
the
get that a little bit,
adjustments
CJ.
he's made after the first
I'm
6
just a
weeks, Peter.
slight
Turnaround,
behind.
BJ, we talk about it almost daily.
9
But
times out
just
of
the way
10.
that he looked in those first
The way
couple
these
of weeks
cable
compared to that
providers
turnaround
are.
now and what he's done these
My
last 2
last
months,
stream, I
absolutely
didn't have the
incredible.
latency on ultra low, and I would have been way behind.
Like
So that's
many
why
of
we
his
shut
Braves
that one
offensive
down
mates, he's
and got
gotten
this
hot
one.
at the right time
So
with this big series with the division leaders in town.
And he's staying hot.
it sucks,
that's
but
the
that's
thing that's been in
YouTube
his
always
past. He's
kind
been a
of
streaky
puts
hitter.
things a little
But
bit
now he's
behind.
figured it out. He's driving the ball to all different fields, getting that foot down. The timing has been perfect.
That one's low at
And this is
85
the
for a
big
ball,
difference
so
from what I've
1-2
noticed
count
is
now
the-
for
Once he
Dansby.
gets behind on the count, whether it's 0-2, 0-1, 2-1, he's always in the at-bat.
Yeah, he's not swinging at those sliders off the plate anymore.
That one
And took
in
one
there
on the
for
inside
strike
corner.
3.
Scherzer surprised him with that
Dansby
pitch.
just watched it
And Dansby
go in
is
at
out
changeup
number
at
2,
84,
first
so-
strikeout for Max Scherzer.
So Matt Olson will come up.
So 2 quick outs. Matt Olson is coming up. He too has had a good homestand. 9 hits, a homer, 6 RBIs, 5 runs. So on that highlight reel that we showed you from
Batting
the
average
Braves series with the Mets in
254.
New York, he had a homer and drove in 4
And big
against New York
swing
pitching.
there. Not
And I
connect.
thought that was an important split
Strike
of a
number
series,
1.
considering how the Braves were struggling at times offensively. Head to head, that's not the case now. We'll see how it plays out here in game 1.
And another
Scherzer
big swing
delivers
at
a
it.
beautiful
No good.
change up. It's 0-2.
Scherzer is setting him up right now with that 2 pitches away. I think you're going to see that slider in off the plate to get a chase.
Fastball
And
Max
3
Scherzer with a couple of
strikes
strikeouts.
in a
It's
row
1,
by
2,
Matt
3.
Olson will
The duel is
retire
on.
him.
Fried
So
and
that's
Scherzer
the end
plays
of the first. With a runner on first for the Mets. That's the only one who's been able to get on base as of now. 3 up, 3 down for the Braves as we go to a commercial break. Brutal. So on a commercial break right now, guys. All right, so we are back. Escobar up to hit. Get this game audio back in here. Big hit down third base line is foul.
He did.
Those numbers may not be eye-popping, Chip, Beach, but every time I watch the Mets play, he seems to do something to help them win, whether it's move a guy over or whether it's make a defensive play that doesn't show up in the box score. He's doing something. I thought he was a really good signing as well.
Yeah, from Milwaukee. I'm surprised Milwaukee let him walk.
Carver family in the house, team member.
Count for Escobar.
Says, let's go Braves, and Beantown Breakdown coming in here with the cheers, coach. You the man. 199 super chat. Sound the horn.
Knows his role and fills it well.
That one's going to get popped up, and Austin Riley will be able to make that play. Where's that horn at?
Makes the play for out number one. It's no secret, guys, how the Braves have won 14 straight division championships, how they've won the World Series.
There it is.
Pitching, and that's our Zaxby's indescribably good play.
You like that? You like that?
And that's what I call high quality A2O.
You like that? I like that. Appreciate it, Beantown. CJ says go Braves.
Spencer Strider was the
one out right now.
Solidified that for us.
That was the big reason. Putting him in that 5th spot. Charlie Morton starting to work himself
He's
back
one
in
outside
shape.
94 on free
He has been
for ball number 1.
dominant like he was before.
This is Luis Guillorme getting the start at second.
No
Jeff
Guillorme?
McNeil, paternity leave.
Oh, that's a name.
So we may miss him in this 3-game series. He's another one of the
Guillorme up.
Mets All-Stars.
That one gets popped out, and that one is going to get down fair, deep left corner, and that's going to be a double.
With a 1-out, 2-base hit. And it's always in a series like this, guys.
So big pop there for Guillorme, 8th double this season. Has the Mets in scoring position. Coach Hallen's still in the house saying, come on, Braves.
But this guy has been a thorn in our side. Whenever he gets in that lineup, whether it's coming off the bench or starting at second base, he seems to step up and have big games.
So
now, I actually live in Nashville, Tennessee, CJ, just outside of Nashville, Tennessee.
Is the hitter. He's the designated hitter. For New York, 3 homers.
So Davis up to bat, batting average of 247.
JD Davis.
Free top left corner just outside for ball number 1. JD Davis up at bat for the first time tonight. That one high corner again for ball number 2.
Hasn't been able to get ahead of these Mets hitters consistently yet. 2-0 for the 7th place.
You in Georgia, CJ?
And that's surprising because Max is that guy that gets ahead of hitters, throws strike 1, and then force hitters to
Freed already up to his 25th pitch right now.
So I'm a little surprised he's falling behind early in this game.
Hitters count, 2 balls, no strikes.
I'm going to make sure we're up to date on this game. That one inside 95 fouled out. So let's see if we're up to date.
And now 2-1.
Yeah. So 2-1 right now.
The Mets are 6-4 in July.
Okay.
They are 26-11 against Eastern Division foes. They've played 8 more games in the East than the Braves have. And they have a real rough schedule. They leave Atlanta, go face the Cubs before the All-Star break, and open the second half with the Padres, the Yankees, and at Miami for 3.
Oh, boy.
So they run through a buzzsaw here in the middle of July, starting with Max Fried tonight.
So you're right there.
And in the dirt, ball 3 for JD Davis.
Because myself, I was just in this past weekend. I was just in
Travis Jankowski
Rome,
waiting on
Georgia.
deck. If you lose Davis, you set up a double play. Jankowski, the 8th place New York hitter. And again, he's in there because Starling Marte has a sore groin.
I like the hair, though.
The 3-1. Did it go? That's called a strike at the plate.
So that's going to be a strike, so 3-2.
That's just a case of seeing thinking that you're going to get a fastball, seeing fastball, and not being able to stop yourself.
Yeah, 3-1 count. You're expecting a fastball right down the middle, and you're trying to unload, and all of a sudden it's not there. You're caught.
So Max ready.
A little
with
shaky to
full
start,
count
but
pitch.
see if he can get out of it here. This one 96 right down the pipe. Fouled off by Davis.
Davis will see another.
I see Max gone right at these guys.
Well, he's falling behind, which worries me a little bit because this is a pretty good hitting team when they got the count in their favor.
This is a tough Met team to strike out. The second fewest strikeouts as an offense. And Max is making his 30th pitch. Here it is. And he got his
And he gets them swinging.
Big second out for
So
Freed.
Davis
Second
swings
strikeout.
and misses for our out number 2 of the inning. They got a runner in scoring position on second, but 2 out, so that's a big out there by Freed.
Thinking he was going to come middle in and never got there.
The old hit was so bad it was good pitch.
You got to figure something out here.
And now you go lefty-lefty with Travis Jankowski.
There it is.
Look, if you remember early in the season when we played these guys, they didn't hit a lot of balls hard. They were hitting, what, 60 mile an hour, exit velo, getting singles all over the place.
And that's one big difference between the Braves and Mets is power. And it sounds surprising when you think of a New York club with Pete Alonso going to the home run derby and all. The Braves have hit 48 more homers than the New York Mets have this year. The Mets have 85. Atlanta has 133.
So 1-0 count.
Pitch.
That one way high, and he's going to hit him.
Max
Hit
Fried
him right in
trying
the
to get out
elbow,
of the
so
way.
he
And the
will
Mets have
walk
been
to
hit by
first.
60 pitches this year, and Chris Siegel won't give Max Fried the benefit of that hanger that hit Jankowski and Tomas Nido coming up.
That's the trouble. He seems to be having a bit of trouble. That's the pitch, excuse me. He seems to be having a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I bet. Well, boy, Jankowski did throw that elbow out there. I bet Beantown.
A few times. He's blowing on his
And
hands.
those
he's
prices
wiping on
go
his
up
pant leg,
every
he's trying to get
single
some
year.
grip for that curveball.
It looked like Jankowski, he just stuck his elbow out there.
You see the slider didn't have the sharp bite the last pitch too. Maybe the spinners are being affected with the humidity right now.
Get on base any way you can.
And he's got a big lead for Tomas Nido.
So
As Max falls behind again.
Nido
One ball, no
up to
strikes.
bat. That
Nido
one's
in for
high
James
again for
McCann,
ball
who
number
got
1.
hurt on the Mets homestand. Again, Buck Showalter said they lost 3
Averaging
players in the span of
216,
about 5
0
minutes.
home runs, 15 RBIs
So Nido
so far
thrust
this
into
year.
extended duty, starting with Game 1 in Atlanta tonight. On
And
the
that
ground,
one's going to be
foul.
grounded
Doesn't want
third
to pitch
base
that.
line foul.
Well,
Here
you
we
look at the
go.
Mets season. I mean, they've been pretty healthy almost from the start of the season until now. So they're going through their woes. Well, we've been through our woes and we're getting healthy. You know, but we're still missing a big part of this team in Albies.
Yeah.
2 on, 2 out, scoreless game.
Not too cheap there, CJ. That
And
one's
Max
fouled
gets ahead
off
of the
again
catcher
as that
now.
one
He's
was
a
just
strike
inside.
away
So
from
1-2.
Turning things over to his offense. He could use a quick resolution to this at bat. And a big crowd in Atlanta cheering him on.
So here we go. 1-2 pitch. Got him. High and inside, and he chased it.
Pitch, 3 strikeouts for Max Fried.
So we will go to the bottom of the second. Score still 0 apiece. Yeah, Max was able to get out of that one. So looking all right. My goodness, dude. These piss me off. Appreciate you, Beantown. Coming through, they're coming through hot tonight.
Power numbers, RBIs.
So we're already back. Austin Riley, who has been just playing lights out, 23 homers this year.
And I hate to use
Two
the
high
word
pitches
snub
get him
because still so much
ahead of
could
the
happen
count,
when
2
it
balls,
comes to the
0
All-Star
strikes.
game. But his time is going to come, perhaps.
What's
this
up,
year,
Jameson?
to represent
Says,
the
okay,
National
let's
League.
go,
He's had a great
Braves.
first half.
Yeah, he
see you,
definitely deserves a
Jameson.
beach. We talk almost nightly about Austin.
Third pitch, and that one's fouled off to the right.
You got Machado
at
at third
95.
base and Arenado,
Right.
2 Gold Glove All-Stars, potential Hall of Famers if they, can stay healthy their career. So you're behind a couple of good guys, man. This time is coming, though.
Max Scherzer back
2-1
to work
pitch.
with a 2-1 pitch there.
Way low in the
Just
dirt, so
outside,
now
ball
3-1.
I think if we're talking about Braves that maybe have a chance to go, we can't forget A.J. Minter. A.J. Minter has had an unbelievable first half.
Yes.
I think if
Jameson
there's
says,
a
"Come on,
chance
Austin."
a non-closer goes, if one of those guys can't make it, then A.J. should be first one on.
Scherzer. 3-1 pitch. This one gets hit hard. Deep left field, but it's going to be caught right shy of the warning track. Where that is where Austin Riley has made his money here lately. Just that left center field. But that one hangs up on him just a bit.
So Riley's retired. 4 up, 4 down for Scherzer. And Marcell Ozuna is coming up.
Riley just missed
Braves
that
have been
pitch.
able to get a
Wow.
couple nice hits on him.
Yes, he
110
did.
off the bat, 45-degree
This
angle.
is
Must
yet
have just got under
to
it. Just the
pay off for
hair.
him.
It's got to be frustrated. Beach. Nobody
Marcell
squared it
Ozuna
up. Just
up.
missed the
Batting
angle
average
slightly.
'Especially when you're facing
227,
Max Scherzer.
17 homers on the year.
Marcell Ozuna with a couple
Just
of
missed
career
it,
homers
Jameson
against
sure did.
Scherzer.
That one's inside
Takes a
there,
slider
87
for a
for strike 1.
And just like that, it's 0-2 for the Braves. Designated
Sure did,
hitter.
Beantown. Looked like it was well hit, then just didn't have the legs for
Marcell
it.
has 17 homers. He's driven home 37 men. They give him the right
So
side
an
of the
0-2
infield
count
with
here
2
for
strikes and 1 out.
Ozuna. And that one hops for ball number 1.
First curveball of the night. That's what he'll do. Mixing the occasional cutter as well. I was just telling you, Beach, it just must be so much more fun to pitch with 5 pitches.
Yeah, definitely. Keeping hitters off balance.
1-2 pitch. Way in the dirt for ball number 2.
2-2. Well, he is one of the all-time greats. Over 3,000 strikeouts, 195 career wins. For Max Scherzer. Great matchup to start the series. Scherzer and Max Fried, the pitch.
And got him there. So strike number 3.
So he threw everything. Slider, fastball, curveball, cutter.
So now 2 outs for the Mets.
That's one of my keys. You got to pick and
With
choose.
Rosario coming up to bat.
Because you're not going to get anything straight.
And his stuff is so good, as is Max Fried's, that it doesn't bother him if he shows all of his stuff the first time through the lineup.
Right.
So Rosario batting average 119, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. As he has came back from an injury. And 96 fouled up
for a strike. That's the
strike
one that is
number
straight,
1.
but it's 96 underneath your hands.
And it's up in the zone.
Yeah.
Trying to get you to chase.
The Mets play Eddie as a pull hitter.
And that one hits
center.
up to center field, and that one's going to be an easy out. So
6 down. Max Fried
another 3 up, 3 down for the Braves as we go to the top of the first to get back to the top of the Mets batting order. So we'll see how that goes.
A Brave. He's been with the organization since 1977, and in 1984 he had the pleasure of coaching Mr. Jose Cano, Robinson Cano's father, in Durham. And guys, you got to check out this picture. It's absolutely beautiful. I didn't know if that was Tom Selleck, Kevin Costner.
Bertie, glad you're with us tonight. And Robinson Cano will come up for the first time as a Braves when we get to the home third. No score. Max Fried starts his second trip through the Mets lineup. He started with a walk to Brandon Nimmo, and Peter, that looks like an important pitch.
Yeah, that first pitch slider there. Having trouble with those 2 spinners last inning, I think that's an important sign that he's able to find that. It's a really important pitch to him, especially against right-handed hitters.
Nimmo walked and was stranded in the opening inning for New York. And 0-2 for the New York center fielder.
That slider looked like it went down where the other one went sideways. Excellent pitch there. It took a lot off of that, and the curveball just broke down. I was hoping he'd get a chase right there out in front. Now fastball up in the zone.
Depends.
All right, so 1-2 pitch here for Fried on Nimmo.
Well, let's find out, shall we? 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Outside,
the outside
89.
corner.
Lindor on deck for the Mets.
So Nimmo back even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nimmo pops that one up. Foul.
This is the heat.
2-2.
Nimmo does. He just fights and fights and fights.
We saw, what, 8 pitches in the first at bat of the night. Max threw 17 in the first inning. He's up to 41 now with nobody on or out in the 3rd inning. The pitch.
And that one's low.
Downstairs. He's gone full a couple
Corner
times
for ball number 3.
already.
So 3-2
This is
count
where
now.
Brandon Nimmo has improved. Not swinging out a lot of pitches out of the zone. And he's one guy last year used to swing a lot of bad pitches.
Well, he's 0 for his last 12, but has a 9-game road hitting streak working for the Mets tonight.
Full count pitch.
And this
And that
one is
one's
caught
well
to
hit. Left center field will get down, and it's probably going to be a double. And he's easily going to get to the double. So now the second double of the night for the New York Mets have a runner in scoring position again.
Lindor, Alonso,
This
and
one
Canna coming
with
up
no
with nobody
outs.
out and a runner at second.
Went back to that slider again. Ended up middle.
And did a great job
Nice
getting
piece of
that
hitting
bat
by Nimmo.
around and put it exactly where it needed to be.
He's really showing some patience there. I mean, that's a great at bat.
Yeah, that's tough right there.
If a hitter sees a slider now,
So Fried once again in
You
a
leave it in
tough
that
position
he's gonna
early
hurt
in this game. As he's got a runner on second with no
Lindor
outs.
flied out his first
Lindor up.
time.
That one's right in there at
A
95 for
You might
strike
recall
number
for
1.
Max, he left the start against the Cardinals, 6 innings, 5 hits, no runs, some right gluteal tightness. I don't know if that's had an effect on his marksmanship early, but obviously he's good enough to go here in game 1 tonight. But he just seems a bit
Blown
off.
A little
away
bit
for
off mechanically.
86. Ball
Whether he's spinning
1.
off. Velocity seems good. That was the first changeup we've seen. Movement on the changeup was fine. Velocity on the changeup was good.
You want to talk about this Mets team, you got to talk about Lindor. He has been the difference this year on this ball club.
53 and 33. Braves are 52 and 35. The Braves are 1.5
Big
game
signing
back
last year
from
out of
Mets,
Cleveland.
number 1 spot
Just
in the
couldn't
NL
find
East.
his way in New York. A lot of injuries, a big disappointment, but this year he has come in with the right attitude.
So this big game,
And this is the Lindor I remember back in Cleveland.
you
But
can
he's one
see
of
it
the
better
great stars of the
if I go to this screen.
then Indians team. I mean, last year, Lindor's 63 RBIs. He already has 60 this year for them. And a chance for the game's first RBI here with a 1-2 count in the New York 3rd. Braves trying to keep Nimmo close. Robbie Cano close to the second base bag. The pitch.
And that one's way outside. Got away from him.
And 2-2. Pete Alonso's next.
He's also been that guy that's on the top step, you know, giving high fives, playing a leader of this ball club. And I know Buck Showalter probably called him in the office at the beginning of the year and said, this is your team.
And that one gets in there but fouled off.
Well, as you said earlier, Brian, you played for Buck Showalter down in Texas, and we all know about the Mets. They have a storied history. A lot of it hasn't been all that good the last couple of years, and changing the perceptions and expectations for the Mets club, I would assume, Brian, is job number 1 for him.
Yeah, he was the perfect guy for this job, and you know, he demands respect, commands it, but he also, discipline is important for him.
On the
that
ground,
one hit
Riley's
to
got a
Riley
friendly
at
hop.
third base,
Toss across
sends
in
it over to
time.
first,
Lindor
and
can't
Olsen's got him
advance
out.
Max got
So
a
they do
roll
not
on
advance that
curveball.
runner, and they get an out,
One
number
out for
1
Alonso.
for the inning. Good play there by Austin Riley.
Great play by
That
Riley.
one could have got away from him the way it was
Sure,
hopping
Nimmo
towards
stays at
his
second
direction.
base with that
But
speed.
he makes a good play.
But just to get back to Buck Showalter, I mean, discipline is important to him. He wants to know what's going on. He wants to take the pulse of the
Alonso
team every single day
up
and
to
make sure he
bat.
holds guys accountable. And that's
Now
the
for the
problem
Mets,
with the Mets over the
0
last
for
couple
1
of years.
tonight.
Guys just
Average
weren't held
272,
accountable.
23 home
A lot of
runs, 70
disappointing play.
RBIs. He struck
Guys
out
pretty much
in the
quitting
first.
in the middle of the season. But it's a different team this year.
And they're in first place as a result of that, as Alonso
And well hit right down third base line. Gets through, and that's going to score one for the Mets. And Alonso is safe at second. So the Mets take a 1-0 lead.
One down the third base line, and New York strikes first.
Yeah, first time through, the Mets seemed pretty patient against Max Fried. They weren't wasting any time so far. Here Alonso took advantage of a pitch and hanging curveball. Pulled it down the line, just past Riley's glove.
He's such a strong kid. He got out in front on that curveball, was able to keep it fair.
Man, Austin Riley gave everything he could there, and that one just goes right under the glove.
71
and the Mets now have the lead for the first time
with
tonight.
a run on 3 hits. Score first here in the third inning. Here's Mark Canha. He flied out his first trip.
And that one's inside for ball number 1.
Well, you can live with one. Don't want to give Max Scherzer too many more than that if you can avoid it. Max is already through the Mets lineup. Well, first time he's facing the cleanup hitter for the second time here in the third inning.
Low corner for ball number 2.
It almost seems like they've taken the approach where they're not going to swing at anything inside the second time around. They're going to force him to be out over the plate.
Well, he's fallen behind so much early on, so the second time around you want to say, hey, throw strike 1.
Well, that's a great point. First pitch strikes for Max. He's 5 for 13 in this game. That is not Max Fried at his best. And he's behind here. 2 balls, no strikes.
And he lost that one again.
It's 3-0.
Ono did a great job corralling that one. So Max Fried struggling tonight.
This is one of those games
strike
I know
rate
Birdie has talked
39%
about.
on the season. He's at 61%.
You make 30 starts, you go out there with 5, everything's working, and it's almost effortless.
Yeah.
There are also 4 or 5 where you've got to find a way with very little command to keep your team in the game.
So 3-0 count for Canha.
3-0 count.
Inside
Ball
and
4.
walked him.
Canha walks.
So runner on first and second with 1 out.
And Escobar is coming up.
A visit
Not
here by Cranny.
where
You're right.
Fried
This is
wants to
exactly
be.
what separates the aces
And
from
here comes the pitching coach.
the other guys. It's the guys that are able to make the adjustments and figure out what it is that's going wrong and make the adjustments quick enough to not let this get out of hand.
It's a rough start
You're right.
for
We
sure.
can afford to give up 1.
There's CJ.
Scherzer seems pretty locked in. Any more than this, and we might be looking down the barrel. But Beach, it's a perfect visit by Cranny here too.
It is a good visit. But we talk about the weather early on. It's a lot cooler than normal, so humidity is not a problem. But you said it, Peter. Looks like he's having problems gripping the ball, which I just don't get right now. Because this is phenomenal weather right now for baseball.
And as we know, in a game where maybe you don't have your A+ stuff,
Yeah,
your
for sure,
fortunes can turn on
CJ.
one pitch.
Just going to have
He's a
to see
double
if
play
he
away
can
from
come out of this inning
sending
only giving
the
up
Braves
1.
to the plate here in the third
And see
inning.
if he
Escobar
could
popped
just
out his first time up. He's 1 for his
Find a
last
way to fight
17.
through it for at least a couple more innings. That one's low
Got that
corner
inside
inside
corner
for strike 1. That one
Strike 1.
surprising.
Better location and better bite on that slider.
Yeah, that would be nice, Jameson. That would be nice. And that one hops right to Darno.
Great job by Darno there.
Saved the base
struggling
at
right now.
first and second, and the count even for the New York third baseman. He's a 160 career hitter against the Braves. Let's send that tumbling even lower here, shall we, with a 1-0 New York lead.
And high inside corner for strike number 2.
2 strikes in or half.
So Eduardo can roll over on one here.
Yeah, I was just thinking that changeup right here, get him out in front after that fastball inside. I know it was a pull, but if you throw a change up here, getting to roll over the shortstop.
And reach for it, fouled off.
Sinker instead. Yeah. Same idea, different velocity.
One ball, 2 strikes. Alonso and Canna, the New York runners, they have scored the first run. They brought home Nimmo, who doubled to start the inning. And the 2-strike pitch.
And we'll
Fly
pop
ball
this one
into
up center
shallow.
field, and it gets down.
He's got to play at third with a good throw, but it's going to 3 high.
And bad throw there at third. So the bases will be loaded.
With a bloop single with 2 strikes, I beg your pardon, loads the bases. And only 1 out.
That's frustrating for Max. He made the right pitch here, got it down the front, but unfortunately got enough of the barrel to it to get under it. Plonk it right between Dansby and Michael Harris II.
This is how they beat us early in the season.
Didn't quite get a good throw on that by Harris.
Just find a little bloop shot here and
At
there
least
in the right situations.
stole one at third, but
Now
now
you really got to make a pitch. Luis Guillorme has been
his
a
bases
pest.
loaded
He's doubled already tonight.
with 1
He
out.
hits with the bases
And
loaded.
this one could get out of
He has
hand
a
for the Braves pretty
5-game hitting
quickly.
streak. He's the hottest
Gilmore
big
up.
hitter.
Careful first pitch.
1 for 1 already tonight. And he gets in there for strike number 1 on the
Yeah,
first
see a
pitch.
better one than that. 96 right down Peachtree. Thank you. Strike 1.
Max looked like he went to another level on that pitch too. You know, we've seen it before. Max gets in these modes where he just turns it on, and
Yeah, when he gets angry, it's a different Max out there.
Oh, my.
Presigo with a
They're gonna
flinch,
say
but
that
he didn't
one
get the
was
call.
just too low.
Even count.
that's pretty close. And especially in this situation, it might be a little bit down if I'm being completely honest, but I just want that pitch so bad, Beach.
1 ball, 1 strike. Little tapper
one's gonna be
is
fouled
rolled
off.
foul. This is where the Mets have been very good this year, hitting .323 with the bases loaded. Max wants to take care of Guillorme
can
here,
really
get the
use a,
second out. We're going to
double
roll over,
play
double
here,
play, and
Jameson.
end this very long top of the third.
Well, if the strategy was to get the pitch count up, they have done a phenomenal job, the Mets hitters.
Bases loaded, 1-2 count, 1 out. Gilmore.
The 1-2 pitch. On the
And
ground,
that one
Robbie
hits
Cano.
right
Glove
to
shot
second.
to
Dansby for a double play. Safe. So they're going to score.
Play at first. They get
Man.
the force at second. A second run scores. We'll see if the Braves take a look at this one at first.
And they're going to look at it. He said, and they're going to review
Either
it.
it's inning over or it's 2-0.
They're going to review it. It's going to be
From the blind,
close.
From my eye up here, and I'm looking
Cano.
to see, it looked like we might have got him.
Newly addition. Floated that one to Dansby.
A flat
And
foot
Dansby,
throw for Swanson. That's all
tough
he could
throw.
Do. The scoop.
Ooh, man.
From
This
that angle. This might be a better look.
is closer than what I thought it would be. Man, I don't know. Gosh, that is
We need a better angle.
right at it.
And remember, the call on the field was safe. There needs to be clear and convincing evidence to overturn that bang play at first. That's one. If Dansby was able to
I don't
set
know,
his feet
CJ,
and
man,
have his
it's-
momentum moving toward the
it's
bag,
so
he might have gotten a
close.
little more on the throw, but it was an awkward, weirdly timed play, and the Mets for the moment have
And
a
here's
2-run
the
lead.
thing, the call was
I just felt like
safe.
Cano was so close to
So I don't
second
know
base.
if you
Dansby
got
didn't
enough
know what he was going to
evidence.
do. And by the time he figured out he was flipping it to him, just couldn't get much on it.
And let's not forget, this is the first time Dansby Swanson and Robinson Cano have played together.
Exactly.
So a huge play in this game. It's either inning over or 2-0 with 2 outs.
After review, we'll call stands.
Stands. I didn't think there was enough there.
So Guillorme reaches on a force play. He drives home his 8th run. Alonso scores. Canna to third. And look, we're looking at it 4 times in slow-mo replay. That's best angle. Looked like they got him. And Max Fried thought they did. But not enough for New York to overturn the safe call at first. And the Mets cash in their 2 third-inning doubles and lead 2-zip.
There must have been a section of his spike that was on the base that we couldn't see, Beach.
Yeah, it's a close play. You got to regroup and just get this out.
So for Max Fried, he's about to make his 28th pitch of the inning. He trails 2-0. J.D. Davis, the batter. And he almost hit him. 1 ball, no strikes. Max has been so good, so consistent for so long. Tonight, it's a battle.
So runner on first and third. 1-0 count here for Davis. That one gets popped up.
Olsen.
And Olsen's got to make a run for it, and he will get it down. So the Mets get 2 in the third. Braves going to have to make up some ground now. I'll be right back, guys.
Max Scherzer has been staked to a 2-run lead, and he just dropped in a slider or a changeup for his third, make it 4th strikeout. 1 away in the Atlanta 3rd inning.
Yeah, he just had an 0-2. Honestly, caught too much plate. 0-2 slider, middle down. We didn't get that call last inning, but that was a strike this inning.
Well, Max has been a little more, Scherzer's been a little more consistent in the strike zone.
Yes, they do, Tyler.
And with that strikeout,
yes, they do. What's up, Tyler?
CC
Appreciate you being
Sabathia
here.
for 17th most all-time with 3,094.
Harris up to bat.
So he's going to the Hall of
Braves
Fame.
already down 1 in this inning.
Yes, he is.
And now Michael Harris, who a year ago was in the Futures game representing the Rome Braves, now digs in against Max
Big
Scherzer.
swing, got it there.
Talk about a
strike number
introduction
1.
to being a big leaguer. Here you go, kid.
This is where you challenge yourself. You're facing one of the best. You really want to have a big game against him. You want to show everybody you have arrived.
Did you see that?
I did. Frustration with that call or sign.
From Tomas Nido.
Ooh, way outside.
And he'll be even more frustrated after that pitch. 2 balls and a strike.
Maybe you should have thrown what Nido called.
Michael hitting .300 for the Braves, 7 homers. And trying to be the first Brave to reach in this game. Scherzer set down 7 straight to start his night. And as you see, with 4 strikeouts, still pitching very economically here in game 1. Two balls, 2 strikes.
And fouled off again.
This is what I love about Michael, is that even from the first at bat, he's just going to work. He's learning, and you see the progression through the game. As if he sees a starter a couple of times, you can see he gets used to the way they're trying to attack him, the plan of attack, and by the 3rd or 4th at bat, he's way more comfortable.
Dog chasing his tail. And Harris is going to pop this one up.
In foul ground. He is going to have
and that one's going to be out.
And
number 2.
Sank it out. Hey, remember that gate swings both ways. Harris has not seen Max Scherzer, but Max hasn't seen him either. So they're learning about each other on the fly in a big league game tonight. Max wins round 1. He's set down 8 straight. And here we go. This is interesting. Robinson Cano facing the team for which he once played, the New York Mets.
Boy, you got to have a chip on your shoulder.
Was hitting 300 or 320
outside
in AAA.
On
we need a left-handed bat.
But gets to the corner, so strike number 1.
And this is an absolutely no-risk opportunity for Robinson Cano and the Braves. If it works out, great. If not, you can try plan B.
Cano hits that one right through.
Base hit, we presume.
And we'll get to the base hit for Robinson Cano.
And if it's a hit, it's the first of the night for Atlanta and for Cano as a Brave. We await the scoring.
That has to be a hit right there. Now to break up that no-no. And what do you know? Robinson Cano gets the first hit.
Alex Anthopoulos has a crystal ball up there somewhere. I don't know.
But it always happens, you know, when you come back and face your former team, your eyes just light up.
Tough play there.
The adrenaline's going. And what a way to introduce yourself to the Atlanta Braves.
Exit velocity was 109.
First at bat, get a hit.
Number 3 in active hits among major league players, 2,636.
So Acuna now up
Robinson
to
Cano.
bat.
And the importance of
Cano
that play is
on first,
self-evident
but there
because
is
with
2
Acuna
outs.
Up, remember, he chased Nimmo to the edge of the warning track.
0 for
3
1,
homers
lined
here, we're
out
tied.
in first, but did hit one to the warning
Does have
track.
a homer against the Mets this year. As Scherzer to the stretch for the first time in the game. And this one is
hits
dumped
this
into
one
shallow
deep
near
right,
that
kind of
line.
shallow
And
now,
it's
and
fall
gets
foul.
down foul.
Long run for Jankowski. No chance to get that. It's strike 1.
I just noticed when I looked down that they were obviously playing Ronnie to pull. That first pitch.
Yeah,
as
nice
has become
to
the
just
theme
finally
against
get,
Ronald, is it always seems to be that fastball
get
up
a
and
hit
in
at
to
least
get him
on Scherzer.
uncomfortable from the first pitch, but he
There's
missed his spot there, and Ronnie tried to go the other way with it.
Well, it's tough to string multiple hits back-to-back against a guy like Fried or Scherzer. But put a little pressure on this man. They're giving Acuna the whole right side of the infield to play with if he can guide one there.
Yeah, it was close. It was a lot
balls
closer
and a
than what I
strike.
thought it was going to be at first. Way outside 87. Ball
1-1.
Chip, you say this all the time. A base runner a base runner is a rally in the playoffs, and this certainly has a feel like that. The crowd energy is lifted up now that we've got Cano on first. Some murmur around the place.
1 ball, 1 strike, and time called. And look, these are big games. There's no doubt about it. You're going head to head for the first time in a while with first place within your grasp against the Mets. We'll play them a lot after the All-Star break. In fact, 12 more times after this series
What's up,
ends.
Fusion? Says go Braves.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Welcome to the Coach Plays Fusions. And Acuna with a big swing there for a miss. Strike number 2.
Wow, he throws that slide across his body. I tell you, he gives you all kinds of different looks. That's what makes him so effective.
So Acuna has to protect. He's down to his last strike. 2-0 Mets. As Scherzer, hands held high, goes back to work.
There we go. And
Strike 3.
wow, strike 3. Far low corner.
Robinson Cano picks up his first hit as a Brave.
Acuna watches that one go in there for strike number 3. That was on the corner. Could have been a slight too low, but they get the strike, so that will end the third. Mets up 2-0 going to the fourth. Calm down, calm down. What? She's just barking downstairs. It's okay. We're on a commercial break. No. All right, so I've got 2 dogs, CJ. Both of them are Labradoodles, brother and sister.
The field, Brian Jordan, Peter Moylan, Chip Carey with you. Braves and Mets, game 1 of this big Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series. Mets have struck for 2 in the 3rd inning. Max Fried starts the 4th inning with Travis Jankowski, Tomas Nido, and Brandon Nimmo. The 8-9
Jankowski up
for the Mets.
To start this one, Fried high for ball.
This is not already like Max Fried falling behind 2-0 to the 8-9 hitters.
Gonna have to give him the stop.
Jankowski got plunked his first time up.
And high again for ball number 3. Where he's gonna have to.
Max just can't seem to find the range.
About when to switch.
68
no
pitches.
Cats. I am not a cat person.
30 balls. And he's thrown strike 1 to 7 of 17 New York hitters.
Dog lover.
And
way outside again for ball
aboard,
number 4.
3rd walk for Fried tonight.
And
as we said yesterday,
didn't even look like he was going to
swing
at anything there. He was going to make
Nationals.
Max
Matzik went an inning and 2
strike,
thirds. Chavez went 2. Colin McHugh went 2. It's a short pen, so Max has to act almost as his own middle reliever at this point, albeit very early in game 1 with New York.
So Nido will come up.
It's not a promising start with a leadoff
bat
walk.
Who's over 1 on the night. Strike out in the 2nd.
Here's Nido.
Guys, that's the second 4-pitch walk he's had this game.
Way inside for
And
93.
3 walks is
another
Max
ball.
Fried's season high. He walked 3 on May 29th against Miami. He's walked 3 hitters in his first 3 innings plus tonight. He's also hit a man, so command's an issue.
Yeah, he's having some issues with, seems like timing with that front leg. Now there's a runner on second base. He's going to mix his times to first. Maybe that'll get him locked back in.
Wow. That one's
Wow,
inside,
that's a
got in
gimme.
there for strike, and that was not a strike.
Nito struck out to end the second. That's after Jankowski was hit by a pitch.
The 1-1 pitch here, and that one fouled off.
The issue
That
becomes
one,
too when Max is unable to locate like this, it makes it really tough for Travis to know what to call and know where to go, because he wants to come in on a slider and then he just leaves that one up over. Maybe he goes away from that now. Maybe he goes back to something like a changeup that he's been able to throw for strikes so far this game. Just limits the options. We talk about how many weapons he has normally. When there's 2 or 3 not working, it's really tough.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Check of the runner. Jankowski, the pitch is
And this
off the
one's
plate. So what do you
outside for another ball.
do? You have to pick one. You got to throw something.
Sure. You just keep mixing until you can find one. And the beautiful thing about this is that it just takes one. It's one flick of a curveball. It's one snap of a slider, and you're back.
Well, there's no doubt Max is competing tonight. He's only
2-2
down
count.
2. As he delivers a 2-2 pitch.
And
That's
this
smacked
one's
into
hit
center.
hard
Harris
down
on the
center
run.
field, but Harris will be able to make the
Nito
play,
with that on the button
and will
is
keep the
under
runner at first.
1 on, 1 out, and back to the top.
I mean, in the back of your mind, you gotta be thinking back to that last game. 82 pitches. He leaves with a glute. Is that affecting him? Because I haven't seen Max fall behind this much in the whole season.
Maybe the preparation during the week was a little bit skewed. Maybe he couldn't throw his full bullpen. But he wouldn't be out there right now if he wasn't ready to pitch and feeling good enough to
Yeah,
pitch.
I
he's
was
such
a
a
little
fool,
worried
though.
on that one. He did a really good
Even
job
if they tried
getting there
to hold
quick.
him out, I don't think they could have.
So Nemo's
The
up
game
to bat.
As big as this one. As Brandon Nimmo is the hitter, he's walked and doubled and scored tonight. I'm afraid gets a chopper at the plate foul.
Cat and mouse game. Nemo's seen 20 pitches, feels like the first 2 at bats. Then he goes up and ambushes
Yeah.
first pitch.
Keep it at 2, get through 5, maybe a little more than 5 if you have a quick inning here for Max. And hope the Braves can find something to solve Max Scherzer, who's retired 9 of the first 10 hitters he's seen in rotation for New York. No balls, 1 strike.
That one's inside, fouled off
Beautiful
for
back in there
strike
again.
number 2 now.
Much better location. The big picture is, yes, to get through that 5th inning, of course, but in order for Max to get there, it's going to take him taking it literally at bat by bat. Get Nimmo, move on to the next guy. Can't look too far ahead, especially when you're struggling like this. Way better location so far this at bat.
No balls, 2 strikes. Jankowski leads at first. And the pitch.
That one's going to be fouled off again.
Everything in. For Brandon Nimmo.
Well, if you look at his last at bat, he threw a lot of sliders away, and Nimmo stayed in and drove the ball to left center field gap. So this time around, stay in on Nimmo as we're watching Max Fried do. But he's such a good hitter this year. He's fouling those pitches off and waiting for that pitch out over the plate.
So he tries again with 2 strikes. And got his
Gets
man.
him.
Big pitch for Fried.
So
2 outs,
0-3
runner
there.
first.
So now
Max
2
with
outs.
his
We're still
4th
runner on
strikeout in the
first.
game.
Might have been some of
Went to the
Freed's
changeup
best
pitch.
pitches
that's
there.
a huge out too.
Yeah. Good mix of sinker, changeup, inside to the. That's again, we talk about Max Fried's slider and the four seam, but there's a prime example. You have two tougher bats against Brandon Nimmo. You have to figure out a way to get him out. What do? You go to the pitches 3 and 4. Sinker, changeup.
So let's see what Lindor has in store for us. He's 0 for 2. Just 4 hits in his last 20 at-bats for the
Fusion
Mets.
says, sit him down, Freed.
Braves will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters
need 'em
coming
here.
up in the bottom of the
Lindor
inning.
up.
And
Hits
a
that
line
one, and
drive
that's
right
going to
at
be a
first
line
base.
drive
And they
for
will
a single.
challenge Acuna's arm.
And so runner
Jankowski
will be
plays
on
it station
first
to station. Why?
and
He will bring
second.
Pete Alonso up
Get
with
it in
2
quick
on,
enough
2
to
out.
be
A good
a
approach
single.
by Lindor. You know, not waiting around to get to the nasty stuff. First fastball he sees, lines it the other way. And that pitch was up in the zone. You can't do too much with it. Just throw your hands out there. Good job.
He almost was in statue mode too. His first 2 at bats, taking 2 strikes, and
Right.
then
Yeah. He was not going to fall behind and get to the tough stuff.
Well, the home run derby for the All-Star game is shaping up to be one for the ages. 2 of the participants are in this game. Pete Alonso for New York, Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Braves, and it was just announced that Albert Pujols.
So Pete Alonso
is gonna
up 1 for
participate
2.
at Dodger Stadium.
He's got an RBI double in the
Beach, you
third.
might be a chance still.
I wonder what the odds are.
And that
Fouled
one's
back,
high and
strike
fouled
1.
off on the first pitch.
He's going to put some out, though.
Oh, for
Don't
sure.
count Albert out.
No.
But if I'm a betting man, he's not on the top of my list.
No. Well, you're still waiting to see if Judge and Stanton are going to.
Exactly. Oh, man.
Swing the bat.
I sure hope so. Otani, too. I mean, last year in that home run derby. Wow. Soto.
9 All-Stars are representing their teams in this series. Braves have 5, the Mets have 4, and perhaps some more will join in the days ahead as some who pitch on that final weekend are ineligible to pitch, and they'll be replaced or injury or what have you. The Braves have a number of worthy candidates to fill some of those slots for Brian Snitker's National League team.
And that one gets it there for strike number 2. So 1-2 count here against
Struck out
Alonso.
on a late called third strike his first time up.
And that second time he hit that curveball, he pulled it down the line. Surprised he watched that pitch.
So here we go. 1-2 pitch, 2 outs, runner on first and second, with Alonso up to bat.
Keeping this game manageable.
Once
It's
a
2-0.
time.
And remember, the Braves were a quarter step away from an inning-ending double play to make it a 1-0 game. So Alonso gathers his thoughts as he digs in. 2 on, 2 out. Jankowski and Lindor, the base runners. The pitch. Swing!
And he gets them. So Alonso goes down. Max Fried gets out of that inning. So that will now take us to the bottom of the 4th. I'm going to take this little guy out. I will be right back, guys.
Congrats to him.
So Max Scherzer's given up one hit first time through the order. Brian, what's
right,
the
guys,
adjustment
we're
you need
back.
to see or want
Carol
to see the
Carter
Braves make
popping
the
in
second
house.
time
Mrs.
through here?
Coach plays.
Well, I think you got to jump on him early.
Not looking
Don't let him
good,
get
but
to his
hey,
nasty
chop
stuff
on.
late.
Absolutely.
But again,
Hush.
coming into the game, so you got to pick
Go.
a pitch, either the fastball, because he has 5 different pitches and he uses them all. You're not going to see anything straight, but that four-seamer when he throws it, which he rarely throws it.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody on or out. And
Dansby pops this one up. Foul. Alonso going for it, and he gets it. So Braves.
And that's out number 1.
So Beej, you're sitting here bottom
Now
of the
have
fourth.
out
Scherzer's at
number 1 on
43
this
pitches. If we start to get too aggressive right now and get him through the next 2 innings with minimum pitch counts, we're staring down 6 innings and 60 pitches again.
Yeah, you're walking that thin line because you know what, he's going to be aggressive early, and you don't want to face this guy with 2 strikes because you know he's going to drop down, he's going to throw that slider away, he's going to throw the sinker in, he's going to have you guessing.
Matt Olson struck out his first time up. Well, look, let's get some pressure on this guy. It's tough to do with 1 out, but some of these contact hitters the Braves have, I'd like to see some bunts maybe. Try anything to just put the ball in play. He's been that overpowering.
Big
5
swing and miss
strikeouts
there for Matt Olson.
out of the first 11 hitters.
And also, Peter, with a guy like this is the time where you choke down on the bat and just look to get base hits.
And right now, too, with everything he's throwing, and he is throwing everything, there's not a pitch for the Braves hitters to eliminate, is there?
No, not at all.
In the sequence he threw to Marcell Ozuna, where he showed everything in the arsenal, all 5 of his pitches, was as good as we've seen.
Big
As
swing
was
and a
that
miss
to
there
Matt
by
Olson,
Olson
who's down
again.
on
So
strikes.
strike
6 of
number
those for
3,
Scherzer.
2 outs, and
struck
this
out
could be a
11 in
quick
6
inning
innings
again
against the Reds.
for the Braves.
2 outs, and Austin Riley's up. He hit the ball hard his first time.
And there's that low slider, staying down in the zone, dropping down even further. Tough pitch.
First at bat, he swung through that fastball up and away. You were looking for that slider, Beej. There it was.
That's right.
Strike to Riley. I mean, his pitches are on the black.
Well, he's so tough because, like I said, he throws across his body, but he throws the slider across his body, and he can throw that 95-mile-an-hour on the outer half of the plate fastball. And that's the same arm angle.
This is why the Mets signed him to a $43 million contract.
Riley is playing
And he
really,
is pitching
really good.
like
Tyler.
their ace with a 5-1 record. He's allowed 1 hit. As he
Big
starts
swing
off
and a
this
miss
series
there,
with the Braves,
1-2
trying to
now.
extend the Mets division
96
lead.
miles per hour. Scherzer only at pitch 50.
I talk about tunneling all the time, and this is a perfect example. It looks like every single one of his 5 pitches is coming out of the exact same slot, travels halfway, and then they all separate, go 5 separate ways at 5 separate velocities.
Linda B in the house. What's up, Linda? When the coach plays moderators.
Prime example right there. Front door change
Tyler.
up to a righty after that
What's
slider.
up, Linda?
down
Appreciate
and away.
you.
96 fastball, top of the zone. It's just, it's unrelenting.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Austin Riley. The pitch.
Riley
Bounced
fouls
into the
that
Mets
one off.
dugout. Saw a familiar face sitting on the bench a moment ago. Former Brave Ender Inciarte is on the big league roster with the Mets. Ender's had a handful of at-bats for New York.
Never forget that game-ending catch he made in New York.
Yeah.
1-2. Swing and a miss.
Yeah,
7
Riley
strikeouts
again,
for
so
Max
3 up,
Scherzer.
3
He's
down
got a
again.
1-hit shutout and a 2-0 lead in Game 1.
So that will end the 4th, and we will go to the 5th. Mets up in this one 2-0. 49ers. What, and where did that come from? 49ers. Why, like, I say some stupidest stuff, I swear. Braves struggling in this one, struggling to hit on Max Scherzer at all. It is frustrating, Jameson. It's so frustrating you end up calling the Braves the 49ers. I sure am, Linda. It will be nice when we have some football streams again. Tyler's... Tyler, what are you doing? She gonna put you in jail. Tyler, what the heck are you talking about? I've never been in jail. Oh, are you, Beantown? There you go. Yes, it is, Tyler. Yes, it is. All right, so we're back. Freed one hops that one in the dirt for ball number one.
Max has done that once in the first 4 innings. And came in the second when Escobar popped out.
Yeah, for sure. What are you fishing for, Beantown?
1 ball, no strikes for Mark Canha, the New York left fielder.
That one low, 84.
At the plate, but low, I guess.
Wow,
for ball number 2.
That's tough. Sometimes he give you that pitch, sometimes he doesn't. Man.
But Peter, you called this very early in the game. The game plan for the Mets: make Max throw strikes.
Yeah.
Work the count.
And then you saw them
high
change it last inning and be a little bit more aggressive. But again, here 3-0. So unlike Max to just fall behind these guys, especially 3-0.
So we'll see if Canha is taking. He was. That's a high strike. He didn't think much of that. 3 balls and 1 strike the count.
It's almost like Max needs to just do away with the windup and go straight from the set. He seems to be more comfortable from the set right now.
Would that lead you to believe that that glute muscle is more problematic than
so 3-1 count? And that one's in the dirt again for ball number 4, and Max is frustrated, and there's another walk.
Right, we've seen
so
Max
runner on first with no outs. That is now the 3rd walk of the night. Ties a season high.
Change up to rely on, and we saw him go to that last inning to get out of that inning. Threw it three out of the last 5 times to get out of that inning. But
and then you
I mean,
mirror that with the Braves not being able to hit on Scherzer, and you have a tough night for the Braves. But it's only 2-0. I will say that.
So again, he's in the stretch with Canha first. Escobar has singled and popped out.
Max
so
going to
he's
have
1 for
to
2.
Continue to finish out strong. That one's way high. He right now he cannot find the strike zone.
Just shocking to see.
A little surprised that he's made it to 89 pitches. To be honest,
in a big league game, he's not himself
tonight. Escobar up 1 for 2.
The Braves in this, down 2-0.
And that's what great pitchers do. They find a way. And he is truly grinding tonight.
That one right down the pipe gets fouled off.
This is reminiscent of Charlie Morton's start against the Rockies out in Colorado, where he struggled so mightily in the first inning and willed his way through 5. And the Braves eventually came back and won that game and swept 4 games against Colorado.
That felt like the theme of Charlie's first half. It was just battling everything, and then again, like he said, it took 1 game for him to kind of feel something towards the back end of that Colorado game, and then we've just seen the best of Charlie since then.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that one's fouled off. Travis d'Arnaud looks like he took a ball to the arm.
That was a 95-mile-an-hour sinker. It's something timing-wise, something in the delivery is just a little bit off. It's causing those
Tyler said.
breaking pitches to just not quite have the same bite or finish that they've had before tonight.
One ball, two strikes for Escobar. And that
one's well hit, but Austin Riley with a nice grab out of the air for out number one.
And Max has the double play
to keep the runner on first. Man, if that one got through.
Good to see him get that inside
that's big
pitch
for
in on the
Fried.
hands of Escobar.
Really good job there by Riley. Gilmore up to bat now. 1 for 2 on the night. Doubled in the second.
Guillorme has doubled and reached on that force play. The bang-bang play at first that did not turn into a double play, which cost the Braves the second New York run.
Outside for ball number one.
Glute injury being the right glute, that's his land glute. So that may be why you're seeing the issue with the finishing of the pitches, because you're not able to get into that right buttocks and that land leg and that spin. There's so much force put on that front leg.
1-0 pitch for Guillorme. And a time or two, it seemed to me, to the naked eye, Peter, that Max has kind of flown off the mound. He prides himself on his finishing mechanics and his ability to field his position. While nothing has come back through the box for him to field, he just has looked kind of out of position, perhaps because of the point you made.
Could be spinning off that front leg, trying to stop putting as much pressure on it.
And here he is again, second 3-0 count, this time to Guillorme.
What are you going to try to fish for tonight,
the Braves bullpen as Max is up to 95 pitches. And the next on the way is high. Guillorme's aboard for the third time. 5 walks for Max. J.D. Davis is coming up.
Normally that's a call that Max would get, but because of the inconsistency in being around the zone, he won't get that pitch.
I don't think I've ever seen from Max Fried 3 4-pitch walks in a game.
Well, it's his second career 5-walk game. The last one was in 2019. That said, with almost as many balls as strikes, he's still in the game.
And 1 pitch away.
And J.D. Davis is that hitter. He struck out and popped out. And we are not privy to any, if much of, the injury status of big league players. There are myriad reasons for that. And the old adage, well, if he's healthy enough to play, he's healthy. Well, that's obviously, Peter, not the case here. This is not Max Fried at his best, other than his effort to pitch at less than 100%.
Yes,
and even Max Fried at maybe 60%, 70% efficiency, he's down only 2-0 in this game.
And we saw the effect that it had on.
That's the thing. As
he went on the IL,
inconsistent as Max Fried has been, the Braves still find themselves only down 2.
Limiting his mechanics and causing him
at some point they're going to have to find some
throw
hits tonight.
like he usually can.
Top of the 5th.
I'm not saying that he's dealing with an injury right now, but he's dealing with something mechanically, physically that's throwing him off, and he's obviously just trying to battle through it as best he can.
Pitch number 99.
And that one broken bat. Cano cannot quite make it. And they're got a run down here in between second and third. Dansby will tag him.
How about that double play? Just the way you drew it up.
Yeah, so there's a double play. And the Braves will get out of the top of the 5th.
Middle of the 5th innings, 2-0.
All right, so not your most common double play there, but they do get it. And so the Braves will now go to the bottom of the 5th. Mets up in this one 2-0, as Max Scherzer has been really good tonight, and Max Fried has struggled. Yeah, no, you're exactly right, Jameson. But they're going to have to find a way to get some hits here tonight. And keep the Mets off the board, that's for sure.
At his disposal. Time to change that.
Now.
Let's see what Ozuna can do.
Ozuna up first, and that one's high inside at 75 for ball number 1.
The first time.
He just went at him with everything that he has. Literally, he threw every pitch in his arsenal at any time and was dotting it.
Like that.
Like that. And he's going to get a little bit off that because he's been so consistent with that outside pitch that he's at some point the umpire's going to say, well, if he keeps hitting it, I'm going to have to give him to him.
No doubt.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ozuna on the ground.
Ozuna hits this one to
Escobar's
third.
got that.
Escobar will make that play at
For the
first.
first out. Ozuna makes contact, but he's 0 for 2, and Eddie Rosario is the Braves hitter. Before Eddie stands in, here's a quick word from Zaxby's.
Fried chicken salad.
Mute that. That way we don't get copyrighted.
Time up. Favorable breeze blowing toward the chop house. If Eddie could hit one into the slipstream, the Braves might get their first run that way. Slow curve again. He's been around the plate all night.
Oh, man.
And a generous call there for strike 1.
That ball's outside. No doubt.
Looked like Scherzer was shouting to Nito to tell him what pitch was coming. Then stepped off.
And Rosario will foul that one off. So now
right
already
now.
down 0-2.
That was a
Already
91
one
mile
out
an
in the
hour
bottom
cutter
of the 5th.
Rosario fouled straight back.
Well, that's a big loss for James McCann not being the catcher right now.
Oh, 2 count.
The 0-2 pitch.
And that one is popped up again, and this will be an easy play. He lost it, and he found it right at the end. Wow. Boy, he lost it.
Yeah.
But Nemo will be able to make
What
that
is it
play.
that happens when that happens, BJ?
Well, you lose it up in the sky about this time of the day. You got to really keep your eyes on the ball.
Heck
And
yeah.
If you take your
That's a
eyes
big
off the ball,
tuna.
sometimes you won't be able to find it. And that's
And
what happened.
that's
to
a lot of
Nemo
money right there laying in that
but he was
boat,
able to
B-Town.
catch it on the way down somehow, some
Wicked
way.
tuna.
So Scherzer's retired 6 in a row. Travis d'Arnaud struck out his first time up. Fouled away, strike 1.
That's that aggressive approach, Beach. They're just trying to get that first pitch fastball.
Yeah. I mean, Scherzer's been so good getting ahead of hitters that you have to almost now at this point in the game look for that first pitch fastball.
Well, the talk about the All-Stars haven't even mentioned Travis d'Arnaud. He and Contreras, teammates. Both catchers for the Braves are going to the All-Star game. That's only happened twice before in recent times.
How about the two brothers? Both Contreras makes the All-Star game.
The 0-2 pitch.
What's up, Catfish
Swing,
Terry?
fly ball
Big
to
hit
left.
by Travis d'Arnaud, deep left, but it's right to Canna. So another 3 up, 3 down for the Braves. Max Scherzer still having a great night. As we will go to the 6th inning, Braves still find themselves down 2-0 to the Mets. $3,000. Yeah, wow. That's insane. That one fish is worth that much money. So we're on a commercial break right now, guys. New York Mets, of course, a game and a half up on the Braves in the first slot in the NL East. And they find themselves up 2-0 in this game. A lot to do with Max Scherzer and a lot to do with Max Fried, as Max Fried has struggled tonight. He has been able to manage and keep this game close, but he's been behind in every inning. We got 15 people in the house, guys. As you pop in, hit those thumbs up. Tell us where you're from, where you're watching. Hang out, pop in the chat, and have a good time with us, guys. We may start to, I don't know, we may start to watch a little bit of NBA Summer League. I don't know. There's been a lot of buzz around that, which we may not. We got NFL preseason coming up soon. So Mets have 5 hits on the night, Braves with 1.
Lee has work he is doing behind the scenes in the bullpen right now. And Will Smith told me just the other day that sometimes when this team needs runs, it's up to one of the young guys in the bullpen to go find a certain place to sit. And Will went on to say, Dylan might be the best I have ever seen at this talent. When he
So
goes
Dylan
to
Lee
his
is now checked into the game on the mound for the Braves.
the Braves
15 games,
always score runs.
18 innings,
And
ERA
guys,
of 150.
Read into that
2
special
walks.
spot exactly as you will, because it is exactly what you think it is. Poor Dylan's
So
missed
we'll
some
see
really big
how
moments, but
he can come
this
in
started
for the
last
Braves.
season. It's carried into this season,
Whiskey
and
up.
BJ has even gotten around to the hitters who, when they are struggling at the plate, will come to him
And that one
and
is
say,
hit
go to your special spot.
to Olsen, and he will be able to make that play at first
Man, that was
base.
a nasty topspin ground ball. Bad hop, and Olsen handled that. That was scary. And one pitch from Lee
One out.
retires Travis Jankowski. Look at that.
Hey, keeping your eye on that ball. That's why these guys work out so hard before the game on ground balls. with
Great
Ron
adjustment
Wash,
there by Olsen.
following the ball to your glove.
That one could have
I
got
don't think Ronnie
inside
hits the
of
ball
him
just yet.
and got through him, and that
Check
could have
your
easily
lips.
been a base hit.
Maybe with a
And
nerf
Olsen makes
ball,
a
I
great
might
play.
let him hit him that hard at me.
Rise smile from Matt Olson as Tomas Nido digs in. He's 0 for 2. And a little
And this
dribbler.
one's going to be
Down the third base
dribbled
line.
out,
Let it go.
and he will let it go
And
foul.
it's foul.
He almost picked that one up. It definitely would have
Oh, I'm so
gotten
happy
him to first.
Dylan
but
Lee didn't try to
did a
grab
really good
that ball.
job.
I was
not
going to get
grabbing
all
it.
over you pitchers, Peter. No, that's about communication there. I think Rowley was yelling at
Yeah,
him.
really
let it
good
go.
play there by Matt Olson Jameson.
Because a young kid like Dylan, he's going to try to make the great play. That's why you got to communicate out there.
Well, if he touched that ball, he would have been sent to the special spot again. Well, you're not allowed out, right, Peter?
Tough time to be going there now, too.
2-0 New York. Both runs came in the third inning. And now for
Thomas
Dylan Lee,
Nido.
you'd love efficiency and you'd love
0 for
quick
2.
innings.
Strikeout and a
Braves
line
bullpen
out.
a little short-handed tonight with the extra work they turned in against Washington yesterday.
That one hopped for ball.
To that point, though, Chip, this staff has done such a good job in maintaining and managing that bullpen up to yesterday that even though they had a lot of
1,000
guys
pounds.
throw
I didn't
yesterday,
even
they
know
still
they get
are
that big.
relatively well rested out there.
That's a big fish, and the way they can move
1 ball, 1
too.
strike. Something else
Way
happened before the
outside
game
for
that
ball
I've never
number
seen
2.
before, and that is Kenley Jansen threw not just a live bullpen, but tried to simulate the action of actually coming into a game before batting practice today.
And I just showed up to the ballpark, and I'm sitting here thinking, is the game already going on? I'm late. I heard them announcing Kenley Jansen on the mound, and I'm like, holy cow, what is going on?
So you were racing into the
I was.
You were sweating bullets when you got here.
You're right, though, Chip. I've never seen anything. They had the theme music, they had the announcer, they had hitters announced. It was really to simulate full game mode.
Tomas Nido, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one right back where it came from. Oh, Cano.
Cano with a really good play there and gets it over to Olsen.
And one thing about Cano, he has such a great internal clock.
For out
and
number
he's
2.
smooth as silk at second. Good play for the second out.
I mean, that ball hits off the base and bounces up. Talk about keeping your eye on the ball. Our infield do such a great job doing that. And And it comes from the repetitions of seeing the ball in your glove off of Ron Washington. Being able to follow that ball right into the glove.
And I think it'll be fun to watch Robbie Cano join the fun that Ron Washington has
now
before the
bat,
games with
Mo,
his infield drills. And he was out there today.
Yeah, I saw Ron talking to him about positioning, about a lot of things, but getting him prepared and ready to play.
I was going to say, yes, he did.
Nimmo is 1 for 2 and has scored the first of the 2 Mets runs. And to finish up Kenley Jansen, he's eligible to come off the IL on Wednesday before the wrap up with the Mets. Lee, good work. 8 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 strikes here, 2 outs. Trying to get the Braves offense back in play in the 6th inning. This is still a manageable game.
Especially with this Braves lineup. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chip. We've seen it so many times. 3rd time through, I'd like to see us put some better bats together.
I guess that's the thrill of the hunt right there, Butcher.
The lefty ready, the
0-2 pitch. Insane to catch a fish, and that could really change your life.
I like to see these guys choke up, trying to hit
singles. That's why those guys go out to the seas and stay out there
really
for
make Max Scherzer
days
work
on end trying to catch that fish.
One ball, 2 strikes.
I honestly always enjoy the show Wicked Tuna. 1-2 pitch gets him swinging. So Lee
the first 1-2-3 inning for the Braves defense.
Able to get 3 up, 3 down. That's first time tonight. And we will go to now the bottom of the 6th. Braves need to make up some ground. Dogs are being an issue tonight. I don't know if y'all can hear the wife in the background.
Hung up for Harris, and Scherzer's retired 8 straight, and that's the first out.
Man, that ball must have had some backspin on it. It stayed up so long. Just knew that was a blue shot into the gap.
Here's Robinson Cano. He has the lone Braves hit, wouldn't you know?
Former Met. Crazy.
109 miles an hour off the bat. His hardest hit.
All right, so Robinson Cano up. Braves with a quick out already.
We are told.
He's 1 for 1 on the night. And big swing at that one.
He's swinging a miss.
First strike.
Excuse me, 2 years for Cano. September 26th, 2020. With that 2-out 3rd inning single past Luis Guillorme at second base.
So 0-1 count to Robinson Cano. Newly acquired Atlanta Braves.
Fastball just up in the zone and missed it.
Way high for ball number 1.
That's something we haven't seen from Max, and I don't think I remember his location being this dialed in.
And dialed in with every pitch. I mean, again, Peter, there's nothing at this point in the game that the Braves hitters can give up on because everything is finding the strike zone.
Yeah.
But he's behind here. 2 balls and a strike.
No,
And
we'll
popped
pop this
Lindor
one up.
drifting out.
Left
Backpedaling
center.
now says he has it.
And easy catch.
Cano is out number 2. MLB.TV is now $94.99. Watch all out-of-market regular season games live or on demand. Plus MLB Big Inning. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for all the details. So here's Ronald. He's lined out and he has struck out. You talk about dotting the strike zone. That's how Scherzer got Ronald last time up.
So Ronald Acuna Jr. up 0-2 on the night, and already 2 outs for the Braves again. Acuna big swing and a miss there.
Slaughter.
They
Start
just
him
cannot hit
And Ronald
Max
Acuna
tonight.
coming into this game was hitting 350 off of Scherzer.
Max Scherzer is just crushing the Braves.
No balls and a strike.
Way inside, almost hit
Braves
Acuna.
have enjoyed their 23rd sellout crowd tonight. 42,925.
Wow,
Packed
2,000
stadium
and something
at Truist
didn't
Park.
get the replica rings. First 40,000.
And a big hit, but just foul. Down
Well,
third
they can call
base
you
line.
Brian. You can give up some of yours to stash. Just show up tomorrow and Brian will hand you a couple of his. Right?
Exactly.
That's been a wildly great promotion. I mean, when the Braves celebrated the championship and presented rings to so many in the organization, they did say it's a championship for all of Braves country, and the replicas have been handed out in 3 separate sellout crowds.
That one's low, check swing
How about
for
this?
ball number 2.
Give it out while the Mets in town.
And
Rub
he's
it in
on
their
it,
faces.
Ding
I
Town.
like it.
He is on it.
I did do a Mets podcast this morning, and
Not
I
much you
did
can do
happen to
about
wear it during the podcast.
Of course you did. Why
And
wouldn't
Reese
you?
is doing that.
As Acuna now a 2-2 count. With the bases
It's
empty,
number
Scherzer
71
rocks and
for Scherzer.
fires. Fouled away at the
Fouls
plate.
off 87.
You just have to hope Max makes a mistake at this point. He's been that dominant, that overpowering. 72 pitches into the 6th inning. He's only thrown 20 pitches out of the strike zone. It's been so dominant that I think he's only fallen behind 1 or 2 hitters, it seems, in the game. Let's see if he makes a mistake to Ronald. There we go, full count.
Of all days when you needed that humidity to maybe distract Scherzer, he gets a nice night to pitch.
So a full count.
And
Pop
Acuna
fly.
will pop
Just
this
missed it.
one up. Left center field.
Canna and Nimmo. It's going to be Nimmo at the last moment,
Nimmo
calling
will
off the left fielder.
Get that one,
And
so
ends
that
the
will
Braves'
get us
6th
to the
inning. We go
7th.
to the
Braves still down 2-0 to the Mets. What's up, Pate? Pate says, come on, Braves. What we doing? They are struggling against Max Scherzer. That is what they are doing tonight. Struggling indeed.
Just 2 runs in 5 innings. Dylan Lee just fired a 1-2-3 6th, and now he faces 2, 3, and 4 for the Mets as we enter the 7th inning.
Yeah, I mean they have
the
just not been able to get many hits.
For the Braves.
Max Scherzer has done a great job of getting 3 up, 3 down almost every inning.
Kenley Jansen now. The names of the guys that are coming
and when
out
they've
on
had
a
a few
basis are
good
not the names
pops,
you used to
they
see,
just
but they
went
still
right
get the job
to
done,
an
and they're able to hold leads
outfielder,
or hold
been
deficits
tough.
like
What's up,
this
music?
to allow the Braves offense a chance to come back. It's not just the games that you're winning in high leverage situations that you need bullpen arms.
Suck, and you re-sign him, and you add another low post player.
And I think this is a high leverage situation. You got to keep the Mets to 2
I was
runs.
thinking about you.
And Dylan Lee
and a couple other ones out there when I saw
Lee struck out Nimmo to end
Gobert
the 6th inning. He's got a
Timberwolves.
1-1 count to Francisco
and
Lindor, who
Carlton
singled
Towns getting
in the
all
4th
that money.
inning. And he rolls over this one. It's a tough play.
And
Riley
they're going to be
gloves.
able to
Good
make
strike.
it. He's going to be
It's an infield
safe
hit
at
for
first.
Lindor.
So that was a
He's
low
now 2
dribbler.
for 4. Soft
Just
hit,
left
but
to
they
the
all count that
mound,
one
and
off the
Austin
bat at
Riley tried to make the
63
play, but couldn't
miles
quite
per
get
hour.
there. So runner on first, lead off for the Mets.
Not hitting the ball
The
hard.
family says, come on,
But hitting
Braves.
in the right spot. Lindor showing his speed
Might
down the
not
first
be
base
in it
line.
for the Cards
Good effort
tonight,
by Raleigh, though.
the Braves. We're going to have to come up big here in the later stages of this game.
So the Mets now with 6 hits. Pete Alonso has one of them. That was an RBI double in the 3rd inning. A ball that whistled right down the 3rd base line, just off the glove of Austin Riley. And it scored the game's first run.
So Pete Alonso up, 1 for 3 tonight. Had an RBI double in the 3rd.
Alonso now with 19
gets in there for
RBIs
strike
in
number
23 career games in the Braves' new ballpark. He had a quiet homestand for the Mets, but he's 1 for 3 here tonight. His other 2 at bats, strikeouts.
Great pitch.
That one's fouled off for
Back-to-back
strike number
fastballs.
2.
Alonso's so unique. You see him take his half swings. You know, you see that in the home run derby. Every time he gets ready to hit. I've never seen that. Look at him, half.
What do you think that does?
That's just getting the barrel out quick. And, you know, the more repetition you do at it, it just feels natural. That's why he's so quick and so strong.
Lindor a good lead at first. Lee looks right at him. The pitch. And him breaking back to the bag.
Fouled off again.
Again 0-2. When you see players like Cunha, and you see players like Riley and Swanson and Alonso, it makes you feel so good about the present and future of our game. Dylan Lee too. These are star players playing for big market teams, popular teams, and teams that are playing for more than just series wins. Both the Braves and Mets have World Series aspirations here in 22.
And well hit there to shortstop. Double play. Yes, for the Braves. So that one hit right to Dansby. Dansby able to make the play at second and able to get it over. Cano was for the double play. So now 2 outs, no runners.
I've seen that for 20 years, it feels like.
Brian saw it too, because he used to hit into a lot of double plays back then. That's a story for another time.
That would bring
we'll talk about that after the stretch.
a lot
it's
of
presented by
views there, music, for sure.
A great pitching matchup has lived up to that tonight. Again, Max Scherzer's been overpoweringly good.
Yeah.
Max Fried was unbelievably good, considering he didn't have his A+ stuff.
Yeah, you got to tip your cap to Fried. You know, we don't know what's really going on, But to grind out 5 innings, give up 2 runs, it was a battle for him. This just shows how good he really is.
And remember, the double play that the Braves couldn't turn on Guillorme turns into a big second run. Well, you feel a lot different about this game down 1 as opposed to 2. But we'll see how it works out as Mark Canha, with 2 outs, bases empty, digs in and rolls over. And that trickles foul. A ball into strike.
I was just about to say we need to get Mark Canha swinging a bat. The last 2 at bats, he had 8 straight balls thrown to him.
Well, that's what he does. He takes a lot of pitches. He's seen the 8th most pitches per plate appearance in the major leagues this year.
And that's well hit, and it will get down. So a single it will be for Canha.
Second hit for the Mets here in the 7th inning. And Canha 1 for 2 with a couple of walks. And here's Escobar.
Change up here by Dylan Lee. That's the 5th one he's thrown tonight. And it was a pretty good pitch. He used in the at-bat before to get the double play. Went back to it tonight. Off the end of the bat, BJ.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good pitch. He got Mark Canha out in front, but able to control that bat, keep it in the zone, and pull that ball down the line
now.
For a single.
He's 1 for 3 on
Let's
the
get
night.
Escobar and go to the stretch and get the offense going. Downstairs.
That one hop to Donnell.
7th inning stretch. Swanson, Olson, Riley, and Ozuna are coming up. Looping a blast away from tying it tonight. Braves have but 1 hit. They have 1 base runner. The Mets have stranded 8 men in this game. And that's something else that gives you some hope.
Top left
They've had
corner for
opportunities
strike
to
number 1.
really put a big number on the board, and the Braves pitching has been able to keep Buck Showalter's club at 2.
Sam Max didn't have his A+ stuff. I mean, I honestly can't wait to hear what he says afterwards, but I don't think he had anything working tonight. There was not one pitch that he could go to on a regular basis to even try and get a strike or even try to get ahead. And you saw that. 3-0, couple of 4 pitch walks, 3 4-pitch walks, Beach. Like just stuff you don't see from Max.
And to get through 5 innings against a first-place team with
And
that kind of difficulty, again, speaks volumes as to how good Max Fried, the all-star pitcher, is.
Yeah, it's nice to have your ace go out and go 7 and 8 every single week, but when he does something like that, it shows the other side of the ace card.
Lee's a strike away from the stretch.
And this one's popped up left center. Harris will come over and make the play, so that will get us to the bottom of the 7th. Hey, calm down with that. To the bottom of the 7th. Braves still going to try to make up some ground, as it's been Max Scherzer and the Mets who've had the better night so far. What's up, Gerald? Truck driver, first time here, chopping down the highway, late inning magic. Just watch. That's what I want to hear, Gerald.
Strong enough.
I appreciate you very much. Welcome to the Coach Plays.
6 pitches.
Make sure you're being
tonight.
safe out on the road.
Scherzer, and he gets ahead of Dansby Swanson.
But welcome in.
To start the Atlanta 7th.
Would love to see some late inning magic for sure. Dansby Swanson up in an 0-1 count.
In Atlanta, Scherzer's 76th pitch.
This one low for ball number 1.
A little low.
They're just going to have to find a way to hit.
As a hitter, you just get so
Max
frustrated
Scherzer tonight, right now, that's
sit on one pitch.
be tough to do.
Because all 5 of them are working, and he's throwing all of them for strikes.
Hey, and that one's hit high. Dansby Swanson deep left field at the wall, and it's caught. Oh my! Canna able to make an easy catch there at the wall. He didn't have to climb it. But man, in past few games, that's what Dansby has done. He's hit some well-connected strikes, but just shy.
But he has to feel good about
Man, that one got high, and Dansby took a big swing at it and almost made this a one-run game.
Twice, so he's 0 for 2. And that's upstairs.
Big missed opportunity there for the Braves. Sure did, Tyler.
The longest Max Scherzer has pitched in a game this year is 7 complete innings.
Drop it.
He's got 1 out in the Braves' 7th here. As we check out our Yellowwood bringing the lumber feature. Matt Olson, the Braves' 3rd place hitter, is having a nice homestand.
Yeah, it's good to see that too, coming home.
For Matt Olson up.
Relax a little bit at the plate. Driving the ball
Well, that would have been great if Dansby hit that one right as Gerald came in and talking about some magic. Matt Olson with a big swing there and a miss.
It's almost like he should have a nickname like Matty Slice or something.
But I don't think he's trying to hit the ball the other way with those swings today. He's trying to take that ball over the chop house. And against a Max Scherzer, that's tough to do.
Way outside for ball number 2.
Even that, I mean, that reaction to that miss right there shows you how locked in Max Scherzer is. He missed by a foot. It was a 1-2 pitch. He's still got 2 to play with, but he's frustrated with himself.
Yeah, he did, Tyler. Because his agent didn't tell him of the Braves' last offer.
Pitch count, not a problem. Stuff, not a problem. For Scherzer, the 2-2. He's fouled back.
Fouled off.
Again, he's coming off the injured list. He made 2 rehab assignments with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Came back on July 5th.
What's up, Michael?
His first
Appreciate you joining the Coach Play. Says so nervous for this series. Don't be nervous. Sit back and enjoy it. Should be a good one. This has been a great game. Braves have just
further than 7 tonight.
Not gotten the best of Max Scherzer tonight, and that's well hit down first base line, but foul.
Wilson putting up a fight here, 2-2.
One thing we've learned about Max is that he's very aware of his own body. And he is not going to put himself in harm's way. He's not going to allow himself to get hurt where he might be out for an extended period of time. He knows his body better than anyone, as we saw that last year during the playoffs.
Well, I hope
Braves just got to get some hits and get some base runners.
I don't want to see Scherzer come back out.
The 2-2 pitch.
They have
Olson
not put Max Scherzer in any bad situation.
And he's retired 12 straight.
And there goes Matt Olson for out number 2.
Olson just can't figure out Scherzer. First at bat, he saw 3 fastballs away, and all of a sudden he's setting them up these last couple of bats with that slider down and in.
So he's retired 12 in a row.
So out come Austin Riley, 0 for 2 on a night.
And Austin Riley, the player of the week in the
Fly
National League, digs in for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 2.
Way outside for ball number 1.
Dansby Swanson led off this 7th inning with a bullet to left that was
they
3
sure
feet
are,
shy
Michael.
of leaving the ballpark.
They sure are. So 1-0 pitch, and this is well hit, deep left, and Austin Riley has knocked it out of the park again. Home run for Stone Cold. What?
Austin Riley has
What?
games for the Braves. He should be an all-star. And Atlanta is now down.
Boy, Austin Riley has just been red hot this year, and it is a shame that he did not get elected to the All-Star game.
This was a bullet. Change up.
So that one just left hanging just a little bit, and Austin Riley not missing it.
He absolutely crushed this ball.
And now these Braves fans are feeling it,
was out in a hurry.
and we are right there at a one-run game now. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Ozuna up. That one gets in there for strike 1.
Crowds come to life a little bit. Watch out.
24 homers for Riley.
Max Scherzer now at 87 pitches. And Ozuna with a big swing there.
2 shutdown
strike
innings
number
by
2.
Dylan Lee. Got us to where we are right now.
Braves fans with the chop.
A 2-1 game.
But Max Scherzer going back to work.
This is how you play championship baseball. On a night where you only have 2 hits, you're still in the game. And here we are, down 1. The 0-2 pitch. Swing
and a big hit down left field line. That gets down. Ozuna rounding for second. Definitely going to get there for a double. And so Ozuna with a big hit and a chop at second base. And the Braves fans feeling it. Still 2 outs.
This offense is never out of a ball game. 1 through 9, somebody can hurt you.
Big hit there for Marcell Ozuna. Just gets in.
0-2 count. He hits a bullet down the line for a double.
All of a sudden, Max Scherzer's starting to miss a few spots. He's starting to lead the ball out over. We're getting some pretty good swings against him. Some action in there.
12th double this season for Marcell.
That's what I said about the Mets earlier in the game. Had a chance for big numbers. And now listen to the ballpark.
My goodness.
That's right. They gave
So here we go.
Something to cheer about.
Rosario up to bat, and he fouls that one off.
Strike 1.
So now putting Scherzer in a, in a situation where his blood pressure has to go up a little bit. For the first time tonight. Eddie Rosario, 0 for 2 tonight. And this one's hit down first base line, foul.
Braves are getting more lumber on the ball now against Scherzer, who's suddenly up to 91 pitches. He has the lead, and it's an 0-2 count.
Shorten up, Age. Just try and put it in play. Make him make a play. Make him play some defense.
Let that ball get deep. Go the other way. RBI. Waiting to
An
happen.
0-2 count. Runner on second is Ozuna. Rosario will call for a timeout.
Adam Ottavino is getting up in the New York bullpen. Braves are in this game. An Austin Riley home run has cut the lead in half.
0-2 pitch in the dirt, but he will hold Ozuna.
Wow, growing up in Baltimore, I used to hear this all the time when Eddie Murray was up.
This place is just itching to erupt. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
There we go, 1-2 pitch. With 2 outs. And he gets him swinging, and Max is pumped.
Bends but doesn't break. A 2-out homer.
So the Braves get 1 on the board with Austin Riley's solo home run. We go to the top of the 8th. Now in a 2-1 game. Mets up. Hey, can we chill out with the ball? Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. And the spam comes back out. I'm sorry. Drop it. Drop it. This ball's got to go away. Girl says, Braves getting this timing now. We're going to hit now. Well, let's hope. Let's hope they keep it up. Darren O'Day comes in.
It's a 2-inning sprint
for the
to the finish line. And Darren O'Day is the third Atlanta pitcher. He'll face the bottom part of the Mets order. Guillorme, Davis, and Jankowski. After Austin
gets in there for strike one.
Brought this place to life. We've got a 2-1 game.
O'Day's been really good in a higher leverage role over the last 2 weeks. Pitched very carefully against Goldschmidt and Arenado against St. Louis, but prior to that has been really, really good.
High fly ball to right.
Deep shot to the right. And just like that, the Mets now have a 2-run lead again. As Guillorme with a solo home run out to right field.
And the Mets have a 3-1 lead.
Dang, and that just took all the air and energy back out of this stadium. Such a huge hit. What's up, Barry? Barry says go Braves. Hey, folks.
To get to this ball, top of the zone, and just tomahawk it. That's the riser that normally people swing through. Guillermo just tomahawked that one on the chop house.
And with the wind blowing that way, if you can lift it to right, it's going to go. And so Guillorme, his second home run. And the ballpark that was buzzing is now suddenly quiet again. It's amazing in games like this. We see it time and time again. And it happened for the Braves during their World Series runs. Sometimes it wasn't always Chipper
come back
Jones
with
or
2
David
outs,
Justice or
Gerald
Andrew
says.
Jones. It was Mark Lemke.
So now a 3-1 game for the Mets.
Was the big postseason hero. Tonight, Guillorme with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Those RBIs, the difference.
Fall Guys were saying we did not
win the series.
Did you at least come close?
That was the
I would
guy
like
that
to play
I
some more
feared.
Fall Guys sometime soon.
He seems to just have the Braves
it's a great
number.
Game. Man,
I mean, every time, it doesn't matter whether we're in New York or Truist Park, he gets it done.
So J.D. Davis with a 1-1 count. Davis is 0 for 3, and he hit into an odd double play his last time up. And fouled back.
Fouled out. So
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That was the biggest hit of the game. Guillermo going deep right there. Really took the momentum right away that the Braves gained last inning.
Well, you have to wonder if Scherzer going to continue after the emotion and adrenaline he had to spend to get out of the 7th inning.
I would imagine he's, especially seeing him like that, that's not the kind of mood you're going to see a guy that's coming back into the game.
What's up, Greg? Says, what's up, Coach? Ain't feeling like postseason baseball. Yeah, this one does have that sort of feel to it.
Pitch any better.
It's a big series here.
Max Scherzer did tonight.
It's been a fun game to
how
watch.
It plays out. Again,
2-2 count, top of the 8th.
Can't give him any more. The Braves have 6 outs left. They will have 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3 on the lineup card over the final 2 innings.
Oh, I got second before.
From an offensive standpoint,
Yeah, that's
coming
tough.
up.
You get right there and can't get the win.
And this one on the ground to Riley. Tricky hop.
Riley able to make the play at first, and there's out number 1.
Travis Jankowski's coming up. First, quick word from Delta.
All right, so Jankowski back
Reached
up.
base twice. He's been hit by a pitch, and he has walked. Matt Olson made a nice play on him at first base in the 6th inning. That bad hop almost took off his left shoulder. When he made the play to get his man, and there's a strike.
That one finds the bottom right corner
Game 2
for
here
strike
tomorrow
1.
night. Another great matchup. Spencer Strider will pitch for the Braves. David Peterson for the Mets. First pitch at 7:20. Braves live at 6:30. Then a day game on Wednesday. Then to Washington for 4 games. Our final series before the All-Star break.
Ball 1 inside.
Yeah, Chris Siegel's not exactly hunting strikes for either pitcher tonight. But he's been consistent. The pitch from O'Day to Jankowski is cut on a
Big
miss.
swing there. Strike number
1
2.
ball and 2 strikes. Austin Riley, a long home run.
You're not a big O'Day fan, are
Counting
you,
for
Tyler?
the only Braves tally tonight.
Fouled off.
Adam Ottavino continues to labor in the bullpen, so it's looking more and more like Scherzer's night is done. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Little chopper. Riley in perfect position to handle that.
Yes, so be able to make that play at first. So now 2 outs.
Braves A-list memberships are on sale for next season. You get access to the best seats at the lowest prices, including postseason priority access, including discounts on parking, food, and merchandise, both at the ballpark and throughout the Battery Atlanta. For more info on membership options and benefits for a full or partial season commitment. Nito is 0 for 3.
Good swing and a miss there by Nito for strike number 1.
It's a better pitch there. First pitch strikes from O'Day have been really nice backdoor slider to Jankowski. Sinker away to Nito there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Jameson. I mean, of course, you got to think about the other 2 games in this series. So
0-2. As
you know,
the villain
he's
looks
definitely
on
got to
from
be
the Mets
thinking about
dugout.
that
Luis
going
Guillorme,
forward.
a 2
Not
RBI
just
night.
tonight.
Has reached base all 4 times. Supporting that
I'd
man,
say
Max
Freed
Scherzer.
having a tough night. Not helped things, but at least he held the Mets to 2.
Nothing
Braves
and
just
2.
have not been able to hit on Max Scherzer. Way outside on O'Day for
How
ball
about
number
Max
1.
just comes back against Cincinnati, goes 7 innings, 11 strikeouts, and he gets 9 strikeouts tonight against the Braves in 7 innings.
That's why he's going to the Hall of Fame.
Exactly. He is just wow.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Outside again.
Just
for
think at
ball
one
number
point
2.
Max Scherzer was in the same rotation as Justin Verlander in Detroit and was originally an Arizona Diamondback. He was a wild Colt. Went to Detroit, figured out how to command everything, and the rest they say is history. A 3-time Cy Young Award winner, and he showed you why tonight. He was human. He gave up a run. As this one
And
is
that one
whacked
hit
off
right
O'Day.
off
It's gonna
O'Day
ricochet
and
right
not going to be able to make that play at first. No, they do. Austin Riley able to get that over to first and make the play.
Austin Riley, 3 assists.
Well, I did not think they would have enough time there, but they did just in time. So we will go to the bottom of the 8th. Nets 3, Braves 1. Oh, snap. Shay said just got a Fall Guys win. Finished second just a moment ago and now getting a Fall Guys W. Cannot believe it. I need to see visual evidence. Linda says, sup, Shay? Shay Flat in the house. Hall of Fame member. Glorious. We're not worthy. The show goes on. I'm going to have to hear it from Hallen's mouth to be, to get it confirmed. Linda, are you talking about Fall Guys you don't know? Yeah, it's this really fun game where you got to go through like an obstacle course, and you have to make it to the finish line on time, and it ends up being a battle royale where 50 people start. You got to get it. The first 30 gets in, then the next round, and it's the next 20 and the next 10, things like that. But they have like little obstacle courses. I'm accidentally bringing mine up now. I need to get it off. But it's a fun game. Hard to win at.
Especially with Edwin Diaz, their closer, lying in wait. They can really bring it. We'll get a couple here, get it tied, and see what happens. Starting with d'Arnaud, the Braves All-Star.
Way high at 86 for ball number 1.
He's looking for his first career hit against the veteran right-hander who's been awfully tough on opposing right-handed hitters. He's got a couple of
on the
lefties
mound
after
for the Mets
Travis
now.
Leads off the inning.
Braves need a big inning.
Yeah, he's very crossfire too, Beach, but he comes from the other side. He comes from the first base side of the mound. Max is on the third base side, but because he's so long and lanky and he throws so across his body, you get a similar crossfire sinker.
Hold on just a minute, guys.
Cutter,
I have accidentally pulled up.
That was a heavy sinker right there in 93.
My dang Fall Guys. So you're about to hear.
And skied out of play, foul on ball, 2 strikes.
That's the bread and butter right there, Beach. That's that big 80 to 85 mile an hour slider that he can throw. I mean, it can break anywhere from. It looks like it breaks 3 feet, if I'm honest, but it's probably around 20 inches, 19 inches. But it's so tough to lay off when that's shooting across the strike zone.
Just missed. I mean, that was close. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Almost kind of reminds you of Scherzer crossing the body.
If I can get out of here.
If d'Arnaud could shoot one to right, he'd be in business. But he's down to his last strike with nobody on or out. Instead, he takes one right down the middle for out number 1. 10 Braves have struck out in the game.
Still have not gotten a confirmation
does with two
comment
left-hand
by
hitters. Harrison
Howland there.
Cano on a favorable wind blowing.
What's up, Titan Anderson Sports? Appreciate you coming in, man. Says, what's up, buddy?
Tough night for Michael Harris. The second comes in and faces Scherzer. Couple times now he gets to face Ottavino, a tough righty. But we've seen him.
So one out now as Michael Harris will come up, who is 0 for 2 on the night.
Well, the good thing is he's throwing just like Scherzer across his body, so he's seen it.
Count one low for ball number 1.
As I said earlier, a year ago today, Michael was in the futures game as an A-ball player. Now he's in the major leagues in a matchup with the first place team in the division.
What score, Linda?
He's hitting .296.
Oh, you're talking about give me a 5? I did. I did not find anything, but I went on a bad day. And I honestly should have went today.
Robinson Cano is coming up.
A day in the life has dropped. Wait just a second. I'm texting Howland, and he said what?
Has one of them.
So, starting to be less believable.
I always wonder who has the advantage when you're facing a former teammate. The hitter or the guy who pitched in front of you?
Depends on the result.
Of course.
He would have sent a pick. There it is.
You pretty much know what your teammates have.
That's what I was trying to say.
You sit back and
I got to have visual evidence. He's now saying that he's goated because he's won a game that me or you have never played, and he's played for 1 night.
Well, that base hit for Cano in the 3rd inning snapped an 0 for 22 streak.
I mean, I guess you can send it. You can send a picture of the achievement, but then technically, I think you can like
a good run at AAA. That's how the Braves
buy
took notice of Cano and said, "Look, let's take a flyer. Let's see what we get out of him." Well, he hasn't disappointed in his Braves debut to this point.
Inside 79 for strike
we need
number
more left-handers in this lineup.
1.
Perfect guy. If he can kind of return to half the guy he was with the Mets, we'll take it.
Braves will see a left-handed pitcher, David Peterson, for the Mets in Game 2 tomorrow night. So some more flexibility for Snit as he makes out the lineup card here at Truist Park. And this is a big at-bat. You get Cano on, then you bring up Acuna, and he's got a chance to tie the game as you see the Braves bullpen.
That's all I needed to hear, Alan. That's all I needed to hear. Appreciate you coming in here and cleaning up the mess for us.
2 balls and a strike.
2 outs. The 2-1 pitch to Cano. Outside for ball number 3.
Good at bat right here by Robinson Cano, being patient, taking a strike, knowing you need base runners.
Riley definitely should be, Tyler.
Does he make you throw a strike here, Beach?
Yeah, I mean, he's been a good 2-strike hitter his whole career. Why not?
And one thing we've seen, 2 strike hits, 2 out hits. The Braves have been excellent at that. As this ball
and a big hit, and Cano's going to get his 2nd hit of the night.
So
splitting the second base.
Debut, and
so he's on at first, and he gives his chop. So 2 hits tonight.
Go to Diaz here with Acuna coming
Good debut for Cano. And this will bring up Acuna.
For the moment is no.
It would be a big hit here if Acuna could pop one out.
They say that Buck has some pretty stringent rules when it comes to
2 outs, runner on first.
To stick to. He's only used Ottavino
Jameson says, "Come on, Acuna. 0 for 3 tonight. A line out, a strikeout, and a fly out. 8 home runs on the year.
2 in a row max until we get to the business end of the season."
Well, it's all business here for Ronald Acuna Jr. And he takes
way outside for ball 1.
Dansby waiting next, and you know Dansby is thinking about some revenge on Mother Nature. She took away a home run from him in his last at bat. If Ronald could hit one with authority in the air to right, this place could go nuts. He represents the tying run.
Outside for ball number 2.
Acuna has seen Ottavino before. Ronald's 1 for 2 with a double.
Ottavino is being very careful. 2 sliders away. Almost has to come with the strike here.
Oh, what a rip.
That was fouled
Ronald
off.
a little late. Center cut. Down in the zone and fouled back. And this is why managers have gray hair. Games like this, so much on the line, so many great players, so many turning points. He's put his man in position, and Ottavino, after the hit to Cano, has the tying run to the plate.
2-1 count. And that one gets in there for strike number 2. Acuna thought it went outside.
2-2.
I want that as a pitcher, but now that I'm sitting here watching as an analyst and I'm seeing my guy get a strike call that wasn't.
Well, a big pitch in this game coming up to Acuna. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that one gets fouled off.
Making him work. Pitch number 6 is coming up.
Chip, you say this all the time. Worst case scenario, Ottavino's had to throw 18 high leverage pitches right now in day 1 of the series. He's a big weapon for them. You know Buck's rules. Very least make him throw more pitches and have him be down for tomorrow.
Another 2-2 count.
2-2. Acuna hits that one hard down third base line. Can Cano get in from there? No, he cannot. He'll get to third, though. He ain't that fast. He's a little old, guys. But Acuna with a big hit. Nice double there. And the chop is going. All guys champion. You have
Great
not.
job by Ronald here. I think he was looking for that slider after the last one on the
Alan
outer half.
said,
he was trying to throw that exact
he
same
lied, I
pitch.
checked.
Ronald was waiting for it, and man, that's a bullet hit
That's all
down
I
the
needed to
line.
know.
Escobar couldn't handle that.
Tyler with the chops.
Well, who do you
So a
want to
runner
put
on
more
second
than this
and a
guy
runner
in
on
this
third.
spot?
2 outs. Dansby Swanson's
Swanson
coming up, and he
having a
just
career year.
missed a home run last time at bat
.394
as he
hitter
was
with
caught
runners in
at the
scoring
wall.
position and 2 outs. A long meeting on the mound as the Mets know that Dansby almost hit a home run last time up.
A home run here will give the Braves the lead going into the 9th.
You watch the Cunha's at bat, and knows he's throwing
Batting
a lot of
average
sliders.
394 this season with 2 outs
He doesn't have
and
the
runner in
confidence
scoring
that
position.
fastball, so he's throwing a lot of sliders. So Dansby's taking note of that.
Dansby's had great luck against Ottavino. 3 career hits, 2 extra base hits.
The first pitch
On the ground,
hits
first
it
pitch.
right to the shortstop, and he's able to make the play at first.
And the inning is over.
Man,
The Braves strand a pair in the 8th. We go to the 9th.
and that might have been the best opportunity for the Braves there. As we will go to the top of the 9th, Mets still up 3-1. Tyler says that was our chance. Yeah, it's been frustrating, Jameson. It's tough.
Simple.
All right, so
theory,
Jackson
difficult
Stevens
to practice, obviously.
now coming in for the
Ball
Braves.
right there. It's a 3-1
Still
game.
in you, popping in, team member.
It's a case of just do what you've been doing all year, Jackson. He's
What's up, Steele?
such an
Appreciate you for
amazing
popping
job
in.
come out of nowhere.
Hope you're having a good Monday
Really
night.
nowhere. Pitch in the Mexican League. We pick him up. Scouts see him. Now he's in the big leagues and doing a great job. Not just contributing. He's really doing a great job.
I mean,
Two
he's been
strikes
used in
right there,
high-leverage situations
95
this
right
year.
dead center.
That's how impressive he's been.
Nick Green and I talk all the time where this is the guy that comes in when you're down by 2 in the 9th inning. Then can't wait to see your high leverage guys. 96 with sink.
Way up top for ball.
Game's changed, Beach.
Yes, it has.
Nimmo scored the first of the Mets runs. Lindor has 2 hits. Alonso a double, RBI and run. That's the trio up for New York in the 9th. A late swing there. How did Nimmo hit that? That was almost in Travis d'Arnaud's glove.
And that's how much he's improved. I mean, last year he's striking out on that pitch. This year he's putting the bat on it, fouling it off. Fouling off those tough pitches until he gets his pitch to hit.
Appreciate you, Steele. Outside for
Curl
ball
around the plate.
number
2 balls
2.
and 2 strikes. In the Atlanta 9th, we'll have the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. But Edwin Diaz is getting ready in the New York bullpen. He's their closer. He throws 100 miles an hour. 2-2. And Nimmo will see a 7th pitch. That has had an effect in this game, too.
First 2 at bats against Max Fried.
That one's fouled off.
As we told you, this is a Mets offense that does not strike out much. The Braves have struck out 6 New York hitters in the game. They put the ball in play, or they do what Nimmo's done and foul off pitches until you make a mistake. The 3-2. And there you go. Another walk.
Another foul, or another
Bookend
ball,
bases
so
on
now
balls for Nimmo.
4-2.
The Braves have
There's
walked 6 New York hitters in the game.
Another walk
And
here in the 9th.
Francisco Lindor is coming up, but first a quick word from Truist. 42,925 fans here. Braves got a home run from Austin Riley with 2 outs in the 7th. Had second and third, 2 outs in the 8th, but could get no closer. At least not yet. No balls and a strike for Lindor. This is a big series. Make no mistake about it. You want to win the series. If you do that, you'll be a half game out of first. And to be where the Braves are in roughly 6 weeks after falling 10.5 games off the division pace, and to be a game and a half back this early and before the All-Star break is remarkable work. And remember, Brian Snitker's Braves play the Mets 12 more times after this series. Runner goes, good jump, and a little pop.
And that one's going to get down, and he's going to be able to round to third.
Easily reaches.
So they now have a runner on first.
Nobody's at first base, so Lindor goes halfway.
And third with no outs.
And they're at first and third with nobody out. So the leadoff walk leads to some problems here in the 9th inning. Nimmo's at third, Lindor at first, and Pete Alonso, who hit into a double play last time up, is the hitter.
Made a good pitch, jammed Lindor a little bit, but he's strong enough to dump it over the shortstop's head. Nimmo was never going to stop all the way to third.
Just think, last year you would get him out on that pitch. This year, different year. Lindor has really stepped up his game and returned to the player that the Mets thought he was when they signed him.
So Pete Alonso is the hitter. He's 1 for 4 in the game. Can't give him any more. It's a 3-1 score, and there's nobody out. Good pitch.
Big swing and a miss there.
And Alonso off stride. It's 0-1.
And this situation is when the Mets are very dangerous, with Lindor on first base. You got Nimmo on third. These guys are very aggressive base runners. They steal, they hit and run, they make it happen.
And they have the personnel to do it. They can put the ball in play. They don't hit for a lot of power, with the exception of this guy, Alonso, who has blasted 23 homers. Austin Riley moved past him with number 24 earlier tonight. And talking with the Braves, Kevin Seitzer and Brian Snitker, they say that this guy at the plate has maybe been the most improved guy, going from a man that just wants to hit home runs to hitting line drives and taking what the defense gives him. Which in this spot is a big hole on the right side. The pitch pushed him off the plate, and it's 2-1. Guillorme and Starling Marte talking things over. Marte out of the lineup tonight. We all wish Guillorme had been. He's had a big game. The pitch, and Alonso tried to hit that ball before it nearly hit him.
2-2 count now as Alonso went swinging there.
Get you a punch out here, Jackson. Punch out here. Mark Canha grounds into a double play. Keep it at 2 runs. Give ourselves a chance.
It's fouled off.
Foul ball again. I don't know how many pitches the Braves have thrown tonight, but I'd love to know how many foul balls the Mets have had in the game. That might be something Mitch George, our great statistician upstairs, can find out. Seems like a lot.
And you look at it, we've been pretty fortunate tonight. We had 4 leadoff walks in this game.
Yeah, they've let the Braves hang around. We'll see if we can walk through the door in the 9th, as that's fouled away again. Lindor took off, had the base stolen, but has to head back to first after Alonso skimmed that one back behind the plate. Diaz is up. He's gotten hot. I would imagine even if the Mets score a run or two here, and we hope they don't, he would come into the game. But we will see about that.
Yes, they do, Tyler. This has been a long inning and still no outs for the Braves.
Two balls, two strikes. On the
Alonso
ground,
hits
right
that.
gloves.
Riley trying to make a
The
double
throw
play
to
here,
Cano,
but
that's
Cano
all Atlanta
cannot
can
get there.
Alonso puts the ball in
So
play.
they will get another
And New York
run.
cashes in the
So now
leadoff
4-1.
Braves
Runner at
walk
first, one out.
6 hitters in this game. That's the first one to score, but it extends the lead to 4-1. And Alonso adds to his RBI total. That's 72.
Well, that's just a good at bat by Alonso, putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. That's a pitch down and away. He's able to pull that ball. Good play by Raleigh.
Great play by Raleigh.
Yeah.
That was really almost through. But you said it, Beach. The leadoff walks, you just can't give them free base runners. It's just it's the age-old story. It hasn't changed since we invented the game.
So former Brave Ender Inciarte will pinch hit for Pete Alonso. Has a 2 RBI night. Braves fans remember Ender. And here is Mark Canha. He drew 2 of those 6 walks issued by the Braves tonight. 5 of them were from Max Fried, who deserves a gold star for effort tonight. But his long run of success is in serious jeopardy. Max has a 9-game winning streak on the line here tonight.
You know, with Inciarte coming in the pinch run, he's going to be looking to steal a base against his former team.
Four runs on 9 hits for the Mets. A run on 5 hits for the Braves. Scherzer and Fried, the pitchers of record to this point. Braves need 3 to tie at the moment.
Inside.
Pitch. It's
Gets
an
him to
even
swing
count
for strike number 1.
Marlins lost tonight. Well, they've been playing good baseball. The Pirates beat them 5-1. Phillies lost 6-1. So that's the East up to the moment. Braves are a game and a half behind New York with 2 left in this series. Game 2 tomorrow night. Game 3 Wednesday afternoon. We hope you'll join us here at Truist Park. Canha behind now, 1-2. Stevens ready, and this is outside. He's had to throw a lot of pitches now, 21 of them.
Getting a real idea of just they just wear down pitchers with their approach. Very rarely do you see him swing at anything that's way out of the zone. Beach.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 outside corner. Canha's retired.
So he gets him to strike out there.
And it's 2 out.
So what is the
Sure
big
you scout
change
that,
from
Peter,
last
as a
year
pitcher,
to
you know
this
their
year with
approach.
the Braves? I
Do
mean,
you
they had a
get
lot of
too
guys.
fine and shy
They had
away from the
multiple
strike
guys
zone
go
because of the
other
discipline an opposing team shows.
other teams.
I guess you can. It all
They,
depends on.
They went heavy
that they're getting their knocks, the way
with
they're
some
getting their
players
hits, the way
last
that
year
they're-
on some one-year deals.
If you're having success with their aggression, then
but-
obviously you don't change
and
it.
then,
But
of
if
course,
they're
their
having
biggest
success, then
one,
you gotta
Freddie
try and find- You saw it
Freeman.
with Max last time out against
They
these guys.
ended up not
Their approach
re-signing
was to
Freddie
get on Max
Freeman,
early,
and they ended
try
up
and get
getting
that first
Matt
pitch
Olson to
fastball.
replace him. Matt Olson's a really good player, a lot younger, but Freddie Freeman was the
But then
the
you gotta
guy
change.
for
Obviously, it's the adjustment
the
period. It's
Braves
the guys
for
that
so
are able to
many
make
years.
You see it with
so there's
Spencer
a few
Strider
guys
that
in some
first time
different
through,
positions.
The second time through, the adjustments that hitters make against his fastball, then he goes to another weapon. It's those adjustments, and the quickest, the guys that make them the quickest are the ones that you see out there every night getting hits.
I would have liked to see the Braves be able to keep a hold of Soler.
Single.
I liked him.
Ender runs, and this ball is pulled foul at first. It's 0-2. I know that Leo Mazzoni used to say when he do his pitchers meetings, okay, Brian Jordan's a great slider hitter, but not your slider, John. Or Brian's a great changeup hitter, but not your changeup, Peter. How hard is that to carry that to the mound confidently, knowing, as you see a game unfold, what the opposition's doing to you or your pitching mate?
Well, there was a reason why you got here. You got here based on the pitches that you have. You can't, even though the guy, whoever it may be, might have a lot of success against a slider, you can't just stop throwing it.
That was tipped and into the glove on Travis d'Arnaud.
So Travis d'Arnaud able to make that catch and get out number 3. So we will go to the bottom of the 9th. The Braves will need a huge 9th as they are down 4-1. Yeah, I mean, so he was up there in age. They were trying to get the biggest contract. Braves, they have a lot of people they have to pay, and Braves were making offers. So there's been a whole scandal about it, Linda. But Braves didn't get to the place where Freddie Freeman wanted to be, and the Dodgers offered him a contract, and he ended up taking like an 8-year deal with the Dodgers. But it has now came out that Freddie Freeman has fired his agent because last time the Dodgers played the Braves, you know, he misses the Braves and things like that. It holds a dear heart to him. But apparently it was told to him that the Braves had a last offer to him that he didn't know about. So his agent did not tell Freddie Freeman that the Braves had another offer on the table, and apparently they're saying that he didn't tell him because he knew he would take that offer. And it was a little bit less than what the Dodgers were paying, but it was close, and everybody's saying that Freddie Freeman 100% would have took that offer. So he came out the very next day and fired his agent. So it was a big ordeal.
And
it was a big ordeal. All right, so
obviously they got
Diaz will come in.
Take game 1 here, and you're going to send out your gun if you can.
Wow, 35 in the third inning.
I mean, he's
70
signed an 8-year deal.
That's
8 or
impressive.
6, something like that.
One thing to mention, Chip, he will not go the 3rd day in a row, I don't think, tomorrow.
All right, so
but
Matt
he only
Olson.
needs 17 pitches to get through the 2 outings.
At bat, Braves need a big inning,
and he will face Matt
or they
Olson,
will drop the first game of this series.
who has had a tough night against Max Scherzer, 0 for 3. Diaz came over from the Seattle Mariners a couple of years ago, you recall, and his first year with the Mets was a disaster. 15 home runs in 58 innings. Since then, he's only given up 8 homers in the last 3 seasons. And is one of the premier closers in the game. And he can bring it. 98 miles an hour to Matt. And that's fouled away for a strike.
Came over with Robinson Cano, right?
From the Mariners, yep. Matt's 2 for 5 against this man. Saw him quite a bit with Oakland. The pitch. Slider.
Swing and a miss.
It's 1-2.
And that's the pitch that makes him so successful. You know he's going to throw 98 to 100 with the fastball. You cannot.
Yeah, hopefully they can have
get
a bounce
off that
back.
fastball with that nasty slider there. That will get you every time. Just like
And
that.
Olsen will swing and miss again. Strike 3.
A 4-strikeout night for Matt Olson. All of them swinging. And that's the first time Matt's had that happen to him as a Brave this year. Tough night, one away. Here's Austin Riley, who's homered in 3 straight games. You want power versus power? Here you go. This will be fun.
Better believe Austin is ready for that heater.
This guy is tall, he's angular, and when he lets the ball go, it rises, and I would imagine it looks like he's letting it go 3 feet from you.
Remember, Billy Wagner used to look like he was thrown from behind his earlobe. It's that upshoot. It's hard to describe. It almost feels like the ball's rising towards you, and it's also got that up and to right-handed hitters. It's coming up and into those, up and under your hands at 99.
And you foul that fastball off, so you know Diaz is saying, wow, he's on that fastball. Now what am I going to throw, Peter? Sliders away.
Fastball.
And there's a big hit. But it is foul
Slider, I beg your
off
pardon.
the third baseline, Austin Riley.
It's like a fastball.
Yeah, tell you what,
Geez, 91
No,
mile an hour.
probably will not be streaming the game tomorrow night, Tyler, but I think we're going to plan on trying to stream the game Wednesday if I can make it home in time from football practice. That game is like 11:30 Central Time, first pitch. So I think we're going to try to stream game 3 of the series. So we're going to miss by Austin Riley, so strike number 3. So
that was a
2 down and
slider away, just
on
off the plate.
Rosario.
You're in protect mode right here, so that pitch is close enough where you almost got to swing at it.
And the biggest difference between Diaz this year is he's able to make the adjustment. He threw a bad one. The very next pitch, he adjusts and throws the banger.
Yeah, but 3 years ago, that doesn't happen.
Well, 3 years ago, he's throwing non-competitive pitches. Every pitch now is competitive around the plate.
Well, Diaz has struck out more than half of all the batters he has seen this year. Think about that. You talk about winning close games and high pressure pack situations. He eliminates runner movement with strike 3.
Well, I remember back in 2019, he faced Ozuna in New York. He throws him an outside fastball, struck him out the night before. The very next night,
strike number 2.
He faces him again. He throws it on that outside corner.
So this one's just going to go to the Mets. The Most says, Met fan here. Thanks for doing this. Absolutely, the Most. You're welcome, man. Like I say, we plan on streaming game 3 of this series. So hope to see you back then. And down goes Ozuna. 3 easy strikes. Diaz will finish it off. And the Mets will take game 1 of this series 4-1. So they will extend their lead in the NL East, and it should be a very entertaining game 2. And like I say, guys, we plan on trying to stream game 3 as long as we can make it back after practice in time. That will do it for this one, guys. Appreciate everybody for being in the chat, hitting the thumbs up. As always, guys, stay humble, stay kind. Peace. Mets win 4-1.